Oh man, hey, you already know we rocking in this another episode of Bad for the Community, last episode of the year, and we gotta end it off well. I mean, there's a lot to get to, but let me introduce us first. It's Rob the 508 God on the mic. I got St. E's across from me,
back in this bitch.
I got Nate Nix in the room.
Isn't it not Rob the 508 God?
It is Rob the 508 God.
It is?
Yeah.
I thought it was. You changed what?
I don't think so.
Oh, it's 508 Rob.
I
changed it back.
I was like, wait,
I changed it back.
Hey, listen. Okay.
My man's hit me up like, yo, if you put it together like this and you capitalize these but don't capitalize that, like I could see it. And I was like, I see your vision. I see your vision.
Nigga said you're onto something.
Nigga want 10% in the future. He was like, I did that.
That's my man's. I'll give him that. One-time payment though. Oh, not in perpetuity. That'd be crazy.
Man, shit.
But
One time. That's
shit.
valid.
We got a lot to get to this episode. I mean, there's a whole bunch of shit we even missed because we didn't record an episode last week.
Facts.
So there's a lot going on.
I wasn't here for the last episode, you feel me?
Jay-Z has some crazy allegations on
his
name.
Now, right? Like,
it kind of came and went.
It's just like, it is what it is now.
You feel me? We lost the BMAs. UnitedHealthcare CEO gets popped right in the middle of the street of New York. That was to find the guy and everything like that.
Luigi.
We find out we got artists abusing COVID relief funds. The Hot Tour girl, I guess she made a meme coin and she cashed out.
Why you say it like that?
He said the Hot Tour. Am I not saying it right?
Hot Tour.
No, it's Hot Tour.
And I don't want you to do it on the mic either. Like,
it's Hawk to it? My bad. That make a little sense. Like,
yeah. I just said don't do it on the mic.
I'm sorry. And then I don't know if y'all seen the videos, bro. Kanye's out here wilding again.
This shit is old though, right? Better say.
The footage released because he got, I don't know if it's an indictment or some
whatever it is.
He's legal lawsuit. He's in some bullshit.
Matter of fact, so where are we starting with it? Is there more on the list?
Yeah.
Where we starting?
And then we obviously got to look back at the year and the best moments and stuff like that. But
do the
where we started in terms of the recap, we want to hit the Jay-Z shit real quick because I kind of find it real gangsta how he handled that shit. That's real gang. I like the response.
Do I feel that way?
I like the response and I like the aggressive action because if he finds a way to expose her intentions or expose his lawyer's intentions, and that's under the guise that like he's actually innocent type shit, you feel me? Because if he's not innocent, like this, I can't ride for him. But I do think he's innocent. I'd lean toward that. I don't know for sure. We talk about, we can't defend celebrities. We don't know these people.
I mean, hindsight's 2020 because we know all the context now. You feel me? When it initially came out, I do think I was surprised that Jay-Z even popped out and responded because this nigga don't respond to shit.
That speaks volumes, though.
No, for sure. That was either looking at it as like, maybe there's something behind this because like Jay-Z don't ever talk to niggas, or it's this nigga's like, nah, y'all not playing with my name. I'm really about to stand on this shit. You won't get it cleared up. Obviously, we know now that the situation isn't whatever the woman described it to be.
Story.
You feel me? I think her father even came out and was like, that I don't have any recollection of that moment that she's describing.
And there was just certain discrepancies about like the way she described the event. And they were like, actually, he was gone after the time that you described to went to another event. There was no screen that you mentioned, this Jumbotron. That wasn't all types of little things to just expose the story.
I don't think we got to talk about the situation because like I said, it's kind of dead now. It's more so the conversation of
the precedent.
Society.
I like the precedent it sets to
There's
like
that. I think I'm looking at it more so that it's like, it's so weird how people really want to see people's downfalls. People are like, that to me is kind of weird that it's like, there's so many people who are so ready to like jump off the boat to be like, Jay-Z's a pedophile. We've been told y'all that. Which there's a lot of questionable things in his past. I will say that. There's a lot of questionable things in his past. But to take that moment to be like either, yes, this is a moment to bring down this person and to tear them down, or the other side of it to be like, oh, this is why we never believe women when they say certain things. It's like,
facts.
In general, the discourse is just weird.
There's so many angles to it. Because there's you talk about like just the celebrity worship culture. So there could be one side who's like defending a person they don't even know. You know what I mean? But then there's the other side of someone who like, I don't know, they kind of, they feel better about themselves by seeing somebody who is on such a large platform get knocked down a peg. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think people rejoice to see that. And that's weird.
Scary, bro. Because I think like Jay-Z is one person. You feel me? Like I feel like he's a billionaire. He's not saying it's like whatever happens, happens. You feel me? Hopefully, like the truth comes to light at the end of the day with whatever comes of the case, right? But then when you see niggas like inherently, I feel like niggas have like an inherent bias against him for whatever reason. Like whether it's because he's like successful or like I've seen a lot of people like coming to say like this is a good opportunity for Beyonce to dip. You feel me? Because like
that too. Niggas was saying that
shit like that. Because they're like, oh, like you don't want your name attached to this type shit. And it's like, come on, yo. At some point, we gotta just do better as a community. You feel me? And just be like, you know what? Have like, and this is also the part of it that gets me. I feel like we all learned, you feel me? Give your take and then just leave it be.
I think even before.
No,
don't give your take. Think about it to yourself, nigga.
No, because
here's what other niggas are saying.
No, but here's the thing, though, because I have a very firm take. I think the nigga went about it in a bad way. I don't think that shit was appropriate. He should have responded from his personal account, not the Rock Nation account. I feel like that was corny. I feel like that
personal account, not the Rock.
Because I feel like to me, yeah, or at least
does it matter if you know it directly came from Jay-Z though?
Yeah. I feel like what's important about this is that you don't want to attach your brand or anything like that. Do it from you. You know what I'm saying?
Does he have
I feel like, yeah.
He does?
Yeah.
Okay.
He be lying.
He did. Remember he had like that one month where he just like tweeted that and shouted out.
I was like, I don't know if his account's still active. I feel like once the last CEO, what's his name, Jack, left, I feel like he was like, I'm off this shit. I got no stake in this shit no more. Like, I don't care.
Either way, all I'm saying is there's more ways to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like there's more ways to do it in a way that seems a little more like where you're taking the onus of responsibility of responding. Not my company is responding and you know what I mean, it's through me or I'm responding through my company. You know what I mean? That's the only thing for me. Is just like,
I do see that. Having the separation from your business, and I do understand that completely, but it was gangsta when he he posted the original statement and then deleted it, reposted it, and to include one more line to be like, you're gonna find out exactly who I am.
I didn't even catch that.
That's tough. That's tough.
Nigga said that's tough.
That's tough. I like that.
That's a little glazed, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Bro, honestly,
he added that one line. Ooh, that shit was great. Ooh, that was gangster.
I want to be clear. There's a lot of situations where people are victims of abuse and their abusers never get the punishment that they deserve and this stuff. And a lot of times we don't even care about it. We only care about this because it's a celebrity attached to it. Ain't normal.
I've been telling niggas that, bro.
I hear you. That's problematic in itself. So I do want to address that. I don't want to undermine that. But I also think it sets a great precedent because there is the other side of it where you got people putting these false allegations on celebrities and athletes to try to exploit them and blackmail them. And those people don't get a punishment for that. Like, look at how whose homeboy whose whole acting career basically got ruined. He was like set up to be Marvel's
Jonathan Majors.
He
did that shit though.
Nah, but then he
was found guilty. I don't know what to tell you.
He got found guilty on something else though. It wasn't like abuse, bro.
It was. That's what he's found guilty on.
I gotta.
Honestly, didn't keep up with it after like it wasn't in the. He was found guilty. What do you call it? The news like
he's not gonna go to prison for it, but he's found guilty.
Nah.
And then there were other charges that she pressed for defamation against her character that she dropped. He was guilty.
Why was she chasing him though?
Huh?
Why was she chasing him? That video still never made sense to me. Like he was running away from her.
Bro, don't be a big strong nigga and hit somebody, bro. No bullshit. You gotta be careful, bro.
Did he hit somebody, bro?
Hey, even if you're not strong, don't hit nobody. Like,
all I'm saying is that whole situation was fucked. She shouldn't have been doing what she was doing. But you also don't gotta exert that much force, my nigga. Relax. You big as shit, bro. Relax.
Yeah, maybe he's not a great example. My fault.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying.
That's why you can't get on these podcast mics and just chat, bro. You
bullshit. But
he did get found guilty of one count of reckless assault in the third degree and a charge of harassment. I'll say this.
Third degree? What does that even mean?
It's not the first.
It's not the worst shit you could have done.
It's like a little tap, but it's like
he threw her, but it's not crazy. But she's not like dead, nigga,
okay, yeah,
or like hurt.
Yeah,
it's just like, bro, you strong as shit. Relax. Like that's all it is. The judge is like, my nigga, I seen the video. I understand. Calm the fuck down, bro.
Yeah, maybe that
you strong as shit.
But again,
bro.
what happened to his career was on that like we're gonna punish you on the scale of like you abuse women.
I mean,
I get it. He's not a good example. Maybe
the record shows, nigga. That's crazy.
It's
unfortunate.
My fault.
Because I agree with you. No, but I think your point's out.
He lost everything though.
He's getting punished right professionally as if it was like first degree. When the charge is not even as serious as that, but because of who he is, because of when it happened, it's like, nah.
Again, I don't want to excuse any of it.
It's not excusing
it. But maybe the punishment don't fit the crime in this instance or whatever the case is. But
the professional punishment at least.
Let's talk about the actual people who didn't do anything. You know what I mean? And again, I just think it sets a bad precedent.
It's fucked up, bro.
But there's way more people getting abused. So I also don't want.
That's what I'm saying. I think part of it is that we also have to recognize that for as many of these things as we see where people are like, oh, this person's accusing this person of abuse or assault or something like that, and then like it turns out not to be true, there's like 100 more things that niggas don't even talk about.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's 100 other, rape kits sitting in the police department not being looked at.
It's the same thing. Like those types of things are hard to prove in court, or they just don't go through. A lot of people just don't have sympathy for shit like that. So as much as we see it, we be like, oh, like women be lying. It's like, bro, nigga, if all the women who've been like sexually assaulted, you feel me, or who are survivors of sexual assault, come out and say some shit, nigga, you're not gonna believe them anyway. So it's like, shut up.
Tight.
And the reality is, you grow up, you kind of slowly find out, like, I promise you, 1 out of 3 women,
type shit,
something's happened to them. You feel me?
Maybe
they might not speak
more
on it, and it might be more. These are only people who speak on it.
Facts.
They may not even know it. They may not even process like, this is what I went through.
Or correlate that to abuse type
bullshit. Because that's called a manipulation. The system manipulates you too.
What's the other one where you kind of like
Stockholm syndrome?
Nah, it's not Stockholm, but like you repress it so much to the point like you just forget about it. Just I guess it's like repression.
Like suppress memories.
Suppression, yeah.
That's facts, bro. Hey man, all I'm saying is, bro, keep your opinions to yourself. Give your take,
wait it out.
Give your first take, and then that's it.
Just wait it out. Just wait it out till the facts come out. You feel me? Because I'm not about to jump off the ledge for Jay-Z if it's really true. I might have my thoughts like I don't think it is, but
it's funny.
I'm not about to jump off the ledge and be like, yo, that nigga's innocent. Like I don't know this man.
I completely feel you because I'm not the type of person to jump on Twitter and be like, here's my 2 cents on something that I don't move like that. But then I'm like, here we are in front of these mics,
like shit.
Talking.
Like, give your take and then move on. You feel me? I will say though, the way he was moving at first, I was like, oh, this nigga might be guilty. No bullshit. Because I was like, yo, relax. But I was like, yo.
Because like I said, I'm like, why is he talking?
No bullshit.
You don't have
a talk. I was like, hold on a second. Hold on now.
But hey, man.
I was pulling up to the premiere.
There's certain things that there's certain smut that gets put on your name, bro, that you just can't let slide, bro.
No, for sure.
That's a fact. Because the thing is, the internet will run with a narrative. Being silent would create a narrative in itself. Like, why is he so quiet?
No, for sure. To this day, I still look at Tory Lanez like, bro, if you didn't shoot her, jump out and say, I did not shoot this woman. There's nothing hard about saying that. The fact that you're not saying it is like, you did that shit. Just say you did it. What's so hard about that?
And then you look like
I feel you.
You look like a sociopath when you drop the album of your innocence.
But the thing is that he couldn't do it. Exactly. I feel like he only did that because he was guilty. Like we know this now.
I mean,
but at the time, right? He couldn't say that because of the suit. I feel like he dropped the album because they was like, "Oh, that's fine. It's art, creative." In there.
Telling
so
you,
he was like, "You can say you're innocent on the art."
Fuck all the judicial shit. If it was me, I don't care what my lawyer says. I'm on Instagram live. Yo, I did not shoot that woman. Stop putting out my name. I did not shoot that woman. I'll figure it out afterwards.
All right.
If I know I didn't do it, we'll figure it out.
If you didn't do it, that's fair. If you didn't do it,
everything you say will be used.
That's what I'm saying.
You gotta be used against
you. You got no problem.
If he said I did not do it, his sentence would have been crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
His sentence would have been nuts. Bro, they would have threw that nigga under the jail.
Because he got the sentence he got because he wasn't remorseful. The judge was like, I probably would have gave you 3 years.
Facts.
But you still ain't learned your lesson.
Imagine if he was on social media talking about, I ain't even do that. She's lying on my name.
She's still doing that.
He's still doing it, bro.
Bro, but the thing
dropped
is,
some shit like a couple weeks ago. I was like, bro, why this nigga dick riding Drake like this? But I'm not even worried about it.
He's an instance of like, I told the lie so much I started to believe it.
But I always find it weird when niggas were beefing at one point and then now it's like you and this nigga are besties. It's like, yo, that's just weird.
Bro, because niggas, you have to remember, bro,
niggas
unite over
wearing the fucking OVO chain, bro. That shit still disgusts me. It's like, don't do that. Yeah. Don't do that shit, bro. Don't do that.
Bro, you gotta remember though, niggas unite over dumb shit. Niggas unite over abuse. Like, this is the 3 things that niggas unite over: abuse, drugs, and criminal intent. If I see, like,
but sometimes you
all
get
the niggas
bonded,
that was beefing with Thug, they was free Thug.
Sometimes you get bonded through loss, bro. You feel me? Like me and Charlie, we connected over our loss at the BMAs.
The BMAs.
He hit us up like, how you let that white boy win, bro? And I was just like, I can't tell you, man.
That's crazy.
How we lose last year? I don't know. I can't tell you shit. You feel me?
That's crazy.
But I feel you, bro.
Hey, you was in the building.
I was there. It was a good night. I had a good time.
I feel like I was consistent the whole time. Like, hey, we ain't buying into it. I don't expect to win. You feel me? I know what I know.
I was in there just
we know what we know.
Like, I would have went.
You would have went? How come you didn't go?
Life, bro. I ain't had no whip. I was like, man, fuck all that shit. I'm not going on my way to go there. It's just
bro, you know niggas would have got you with a ride back to Brockton, nigga. All them Sound Lab niggas was there, bro. You know you would have been good.
They would have been
partying.
I don't even think about that. No bullshit.
You know you would have been good, nigga. All them niggas went right back.
I would have been in the whip with them like,
exactly.
Yeah, congrats. Congrats, man. Y'all
the
did
headphones on like,
y'all got it.
just looking out the window like you in a movie.
How did you feel like when the podcast of the year thing shows up and the podcast, like, was
the niggas make noise for us?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like niggas made the most. I feel like niggas made the most
when
noise
they announced
for
the
us.
names and it's like the niggas like celebrate us even though we wasn't there.
Even though, and it was interesting. I feel like niggas made the most noise for us. I was genuinely like surprised that High Street won, but I wasn't frustrated. I think it was just like I did not expect that.
They wanted it more in that moment. You feel me? So
I guess I thought that shit was tough. You know what I mean? Like I said, I think that it's cool when artists are able to control like the platforms. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that a lot of times people, at least right now, from what I'm experiencing, I feel like a lot of times people move without artistic integrity. You know what I'm saying? And they don't, as like journalists, as interviewers, as all these things, I feel like they just don't take it as seriously as they probably should. I don't think that's the case for us or for CWTFB or even High Street. But I think that that's because everyone that's on those platforms either was an artist, has ties to like close ties to artists, or is an artist themselves. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like we care about it a little more. I don't know. As long as that shit is in the hands of like artist-led shit, I think it's valid. To me, at least, I don't care. I think that's valid.
I don't even really got no opinions for real.
I'll keep it a buck. I'll keep it a buck. I know who the best podcast is. I don't need a BMA to let me know that. Sure. Like I know
nigga,
who's having.
I'm not gonna say we not the best, nigga. In the past, I don't think we was the best.
Okay.
Like the first time I'm like that. To me, that was no.
But we didn't get nominated the first year. That was the problematic part. We could have lost that first year, but at least the nomination.
Yeah, at that point, I understood because to me, I was like, I know how much room we have to even like to grow to even be considered in that conversation. Like not about nomination, just be considered like to say this is the best music platform, this is the best music podcast in all of Boston, all of Massachusetts. I couldn't say that.
Keyword music.
I'll say that shit now, nigga.
Maybe there was even like that first year. I know there was like rumblings like, are they really a music podcast? Because we doing the challenges and the, other type. We're having different conversations.
Every time I step in the room, it's a music podcast. Every time this nigga Eve's in the room, it's a music. If this nigga Roberto's in the room, if this nigga Tomo's in the room, it's a music. Like, what are we talking about?
I hear you.
Nigga, let's get down to the job. Now niggas let's get down to the brass tacks of it all. We're talking about artists, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. We're talking about platforms. We're talking about music podcasts, right? We're talking about shit that promotes the art scene. How the fuck? How would niggas even question whether or not what we're doing is a music podcast when every single one of us is artists in our own right? Nigga, look where the fuck we recorded, nigga. What are we talking about right now?
I hear you, bro.
I don't see half of the niggas that's doing this shit, making music themselves. I see these niggas blogging. I see niggas posting fucking playlists and shit. Shout out to that. You're not making music. You're not an artist. There's no art to making a fucking playlist, bro.
No. I'm with them, bro. The thing is, I could say what I think they thought, but I don't give a fuck. I've been thought we always have the best conversations. We talking about some real shit. I feel like we uplifting people through the conversations we having. When we have guests on, what do they tell us at the end of it? Yo, this is the best conversation.
This is the best shit.
I've been on all these other platforms, bro. We have the best conversation.
And that's another thing. We not moving like you niggas next year. Nothing, like, you gotta roll out, nigga. If you gotta be upfront about that shit. Because here's the thing about some of you artists too. And I gotta keep it apart.
I'm here for this.
Niggas is pulling up and niggas is like, yeah, they hating niggas be like, yeah, like we wanna be on the pod, So niggas be like, okay.
Week later, they're on another pod. Next
day, some shit drop when you on another nigga shit.
I didn't realize at first what you were saying.
Y'all niggas about to have to start. You niggas about to have to you gotta be transparent about that shit up front. Because I'm not putting in that much work if I see you on another nigga. If I know you gonna be on another nigga.
I understand where you're coming from. Let us know where your priorities lie.
I need a 2-week buffer, nigga.
I do think it's important for artists.
You gotta sign that role, I need a buffer, nigga.
There's that too. There definitely should be time in between. There's no reason why niggas is dropping on the same day and shit like that.
I do
think it's important for artists to have rollouts, you feel me? And to have like the creative
but be transparent about
market where it's like, yo, I'm going here, I'm going here. For sure.
Tell niggas that.
For sure.
When
Devo
and them came through, them niggas let us know in advance. They was like, yo, this is why we want it. And that's why we want to have everybody there because it's a part of a whole thing we doing.
Yeah.
Valid. Some of you niggas ain't been telling us that.
And when we did it though, it was different though. Because all of the champions they might have been on different platforms, but it wasn't all of them.
Facts.
Type shit.
And we made it feel different too because we understood.
For sure.
And you know what I mean? But sometimes niggas pull up and niggas, they be on like 3-4 things and I'm like, yo, just let niggas know. you gotta let niggas know if it's gonna be a part of a rollout so that we can prepare it like it's a part of a rollout.
I do agree with that.
And also, if it's not, and you just doing it for the love of the podcast game, and you just going podcast to podcast, slut, nigga, fucking, what the fuck? You gotta sign some shit. Niggas is podcast sluts. Cause why are you doing it if you're not even, nigga, you have nothing coming out? You just go on podcast, you a whore. You a fucking whore, bro. What are we talking about? Like, bro.
Somebody's gonna be watching this like, talking about me?
Like if it's part of the rollout, if it's part of the rollout, I want the transparency. But if you're not rolling nothing out, my nigga, you just slutty, bro.
Moving around,
like
moving around.
You dirtifying the name, bro. You smutting it up. I don't need that.
They just want to talk, man.
The thing that sucks about it,
nigga, call a nigga, bro. We all got nigga. You don't gotta be here. Come through, chill with a nigga. Why you on?
But they're not used to. They're not always used to it. We talk so much. We probably could be like, I could take a break from the mic for a little bit. My enough thoughts have been shared. Some people don't got that. Some people want
bro. Niggas is whores, bro. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Niggas is locking in on for the wrong reason.
There's so much I could say, but at the end of the day, it's like you technically lost. So it's like anything else sounds like just sore
There's
losing.
nothing to say, but I feel like
I know what we is. I know what we doing.
I personally would just like to see the numbers, just because I'm a numbers guy.
Facts.
I like to see things. You feel me? And it's just like you won by how much did you really win by? You feel me? Because like you said,
I see other numbers
really push this.
I see fabricated numbers. I see bot numbers.
Hey, whatever's going on outside of us.
I see follower to likes ratios and how many people commenting on your shit. How many people stick to the end of the episode. I pay attention to all those things.
We wanted him on because he won the chamber. You know what I'm saying? And now he's continuing. That's a good example of how you can. That's a good example of how you can navigate through the podcast.
And it was a buffer too.
You feel me? But some of you niggas be dirty, bro. Y'all be like, I'm starting to look at niggas
because they're not looking at it from our perspective, bro. They're not looking at it from our perspective. They're looking at it as like, oh, next month my what do you call it? Interactions.
Yeah,
is about to go stupid.
And that's the thing. That's what's up, nigga. But face that shit because you making us look bad. That's what I'm trying to tell niggas.
I don't think you can make us look bad. It's just
no.
It's gonna hit different for you because
type shit.
Again, it's like you eating away at your own like
motion that you building
like
up.
You know what I mean? You can space it out and you can have consistent motion.
Facts.
But you gon' what's the word? Like fuck, you're
oversaturating your own identity. Because you don't got that many stories. A lot of you niggas don't got that much to say. Let's be honest. So, like, if you're coming to us and you're on our shit, like, this didn't really happen that much this year, to be fair. But in the past, it has, and we've seen it. It's like, bro, this is what I want. This is what I want to see from the artist. This is what I need you to understand. If you're going on one platform, right, and you know that you don't have, like, something major, you don't have a project, a show, or something like that coming out, you're really just doing it for the love of the game, right? But what you're doing at the same time is, like, promoting yourself, is you're also, for every time one of your people who engages with you, that engages with us is engaging, you're giving them you're putting them in a tough spot. Because now they're like, oh, I rock with this artist, but am I really trying to watch 2 like hour and a half interviews of them? Yeah. Now you putting niggas in a position where it's like they're choosing one or the other inadvertently. And that's not good for the fucking game. Sure. You know what I'm saying? That fucks up the media market.
To that point.
And what that does, and this is the part that I need y'all to understand. What that does is make niggas want to give you less opportunities. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to get too long-winded on it.
And two, we're gonna look at it like, oh, that didn't do too well. We're not gonna do it again. You feel me? Like,
you don't want it. You gotta be smart.
It's the end of the year. I want to turn it into a more positive conversation. You feel me? I hear that.
I'd be smart.
It's not a negative conversation.
I'm just telling niggas, you gotta be smart with it, bro.
I feel like they heard it. But I want to look back at the moments that we've had this year because it's been a great year. I feel like it's been so much has happened that it's like hard to remember everything that's happened throughout the year. Sure. But like, I'm just looking at it like, kicking off the year with Devo and the Champion sound, our couch getting broken.
Niggas who know me from since legit, like Ernest know, but like, the motherfucking couch.
Not the couch, nigga.
The motherfucking couch.
That was the top of the year, first episode of the year. And then following that up, you feel me? That was epic in itself. And then we had Cave on. That was one of the most fascinating conversations. I got mad love for Cave for that.
Shout out my nigga Cave, man.
That was a good episode.
That was a great episode. And then we had Giles and Felix on, especially after Felix just had the year that he had, on the Brent placement, and then just having his own rollouts for his singles. I thought that was real dope. I feel like that nigga
got snubbed a little bit for that music video of the year at the BMAs.
What ended up? Okay, I know what ended up.
I know, the K-Swag video won. That video was comparable.
Okay.
That
OG this year.
That was next.
Marquise video was crazy.
So it's like for us to even have
Marquise, excuse me, you're right.
A legend in the game, like someone who we think has played such a big part in kind of cementing the Boston music scene before we even got here. I thought that was dope for him to like recognize what we doing and for us to be able to give him his flowers in that moment. Yeah. So that was dope. And then right after that, we're just getting like head first into the whole beef, bro. And that was like the biggest, I don't know. This is the funnest I've had all year. Huh?
What month is that? Like, where are we in the timeline? That's March?
Yeah, because you got Like That coming out. Yeah, you got J. Cole responding to it, taking back the diss. And we just like, it's a storm at that point, you know? And that was like the most fun I had this year.
This was nasty stuff. Should have left it out and still apologize.
Hey, then they just bad as Drake.
Go watch our video. You'll see how we feel about it.
Then the Diddy shit, like him, like, I don't know. It's just so many good
with Diddy, man. I'll never forget that. You a wild nigga. Bro, relax, bro.
I never defended that nigga.
Dreaming about it was crazy.
I can't control my dreams, bro.
But I don't think any of us can low key, but seeing Diddy in the dream is like, that was probably your psyche trying to tell you something like, you're in a bad situation. Something got to change in your life.
I'm looking at...
Because we seen Trump in the dream too.
We had Meech on. We had an amazing conversation with Meech. That was a great conversation. You know, Isha. We had the Beyonce versus Rihanna conversation. I know on you know,
forgot about that.
The clip went crazy with that.
Did it really?
It did. Okay. And then we got the presidential election. Like, I don't know. There was just so much going on this year that it was just real dope. Shout out to Where's Nasty, bro. Joe Saza. Feed the Family.
Yeah,
you know, chasing cash and Avenue.
Booty rock. Every time I hear that, that's like it rings through my brain, bro.
Hey man,
and we had some.
That shit was fire.
And we didn't have as many guests as we probably had in prior years, but I feel like each one hit.
I feel like we had the most guests this year.
You think so?
When we was at the old spot, we had a lot of guests that year.
Yeah,
I feel like we
at the old spot.
If you really count them, bro.
No. That second
excluding
year
repeats. Like we count all the champion sound niggas.
Okay, but that's one episode, bro.
You can't do that.
Nah, let's go through them though. There's mad niggas, bro. You can count all those niggas.
No, that's one.
But when we was at the old spot with the round table, we had a lot of niggas that year.
We
a lot. That might have been the most guests.
I feel like we had Vosh John. That's like -4 guests.
Okay.
That takes away guests.
We didn't have to break that.
I feel like that takes away guests. So that like negates it a little bit.
But I think that speaks volumes in itself too. It's like we don't necessarily need guests to hold the platform down. I feel like a lot of people enjoy just the conversations that we have and our dynamic. So when we do choose to have a guest, it's not just because it's a rollout or we wanted it. Like we don't like interviewee ass conversations. We like to have real conversations. And I feel like with everybody that we had on, I never walked away like that was mad interview as fuck. Like it was just genuine conversations and we opened up. You know what I mean? So I think it's still special. Even if it was less, it hit different.
Nah,
a lot of quality over quantity.
It was definitely good stuff. I feel like we made a lot of impact on the scene this year too. A lot of people, they were able to have interviews and like talk about shit that they probably wouldn't have had opportunities to talk about elsewhere. You know what I mean? But on top of that, I think we also shined a really good light on like the scene and like the local events that are taking place. You feel me? We did the commentary for the chamber.
Oh yeah, can't forget that.
Yeah.
And that I think captured a lot of really like high points for the scene. Joe Saza, obviously, like he won the event, but for the first time, like that might have been a lot of people's first time seeing him perform or seeing Cake Swag perform live. You know what I mean? And Cake Swag's like crazy performer. You feel me? Like she's one of the best we got. And then like, bro, I don't know. Yeah, it was good. It was a good little year. No bullshit. We did our thing.
And we can't forget, like, Nate with the moment of the year, bro.
What's that?
Yeah, fuck Drake rant.
Your rant.
Going from the most likable figure in the game to being one of the most...
Nigga, I hate that nigga.
I know you hated that nigga.
I hate that nigga. I hate that nigga. I have always hated that nigga. I stopped hating him a little bit.
That's not the opinion for like the last 10 years.
That nigga has never been the most likable nothing to me. Fuck that nigga. I hate him. Fuck Drake. I hate that nigga. I hate that nigga. Fuck that nigga, bro. I'm sick of him. Because niggas don't get it. Bro, from the time he started making music, bro, from the time I seen him reading off his fucking BlackBerry, I hated that nigga. That nigga is not hip hop.
That's your...
Yeah, we had some part of the internet, bro. Way more guests this year. I think y'all are low key underselling it. No bullshit.
Maybe okay. I'm not counting like the friends who came in and kind of like were co-hosts like Johnny, Keith, Nolly, Dom. Like I feel
you're not counting them.
They weren't like
because it wasn't like the episode was
geared around them type of thing.
Yeah, it was more so they
kicked it with us. You know what I mean? And I appreciate those more than anything. I really will say that. Like the fact that you could, you feel me? We could, you don't mess up the dynamic and you just insert yourself and it's cool, you know?
Nah, that was valid.
Nah, yeah.
I see what you mean.
Hey,
but yeah, nah, I mean, to me, I feel like that was something, it was fun. It was interesting.
It's fun year.
Yeah, no, and I think, right, as we do every year, I think this is the moment for us to also announce and say that we are doing our Baddies 2024 wrap-up. You feel me?
We're going to do it differently than
for sure.
certain years.
For sure.
Because we're not going to make a whole show of it, but we're going to make a post.
Baddie. Where is little TJ? Where is that nigga?
I don't know. We keeping his name alive.
Yeah, he got shot. Now
I do remember that, but like,
he's lower key right now, bro.
I don't blame a nigga.
I was gonna say he almost died,
I don't blame
bro.
a nigga. Yeah, I don't blame a nigga. No bullshit.
I think he's doing shows and shit still, but like, I don't think he's like as outward.
For a new listener who might not know what the Baddies is, can someone explain it for us?
I mean, sorry, it's
the illustrious award show, the real awards.
Yeah, it's basically like we go through and we give our opinions on specific things that happen throughout the year, like song of the year, album of the year. You know what I mean? Like club anthem of the year.
Ah, you made it sound mad boring. We got unique categories. You feel me? Like, yeah, we got all the general catch-all categories like song of the year, rapper of the year, whatever. But we got what's it called? The Negro spiritual of the year.
That's not the one I was thinking about though. I was like,
Negro spiritual of the year.
Make the hoes dance. Make the hoes dance.
That's what I was
Anthem
thinking
of the
about.
year. Let me tell you who's winning that category. Any Glorilla song.
And we just call like club anthem of the year.
Nah, it was make the.
It might have been two separate things.
I forgot
bro.
what. Yeah. We'll look back.
Or like something like that, like twerk anthem. I don't know. Whatever.
We'll look back.
Make the
We'll
hoes
look back.
twerk. Some shit like that.
We'll drop that on Instagram and the socials.
Something like that.
But we want y'all to give us a category.
Yes.
We want y'all to vote in or comment down like a category that we should add to the baddies. And go watch the old ones and see how that has played out.
Shit.
But a baddie, I feel like that means like 3-4 Grammys minimum, bro. It's like
at least.
Yeah, at least.
At least. Nigga, it's real.
Yeah.
The Grammy shit is just like, it's traditional.
Politics.
Our shit's like, this is what niggas really feel. You feel me? This is how niggas really think about this shit. You know what I'm saying?
I'm on a culture.
I'm trying to think. Last year, we did a poll. Who had the best? Well, I don't think so.
It was Rob.
Was it really?
It really was me.
I don't believe that.
I'm being dead ass. It was me.
I'm gonna check after. I'm not gonna waste the time
checking. It was either that
now.
or it was like 50-50. It
was a split.
Someone was tied with 2 other people.
Interesting.
Might have not been Nate though. It might have been me and Eve. I feel like niggas like your low key picks.
I just say, nigga, the chances of it being you seem real slim to me.
You might sound like a real hater if we check afterwards and it really wasn't.
I didn't say it wasn't. I said it seemed real slim.
Last year.
It just seemed real slim to me.
I'm
not gonna talk any shit. I just gotta see.
I gotta see.
All right, we'll see how it
plays out. Seem unbelievable.
But I'm looking forward to
this.
Who
do you think is gonna have the better list this year though?
Depends on the categories.
I'll be honest with you, bro.
Depends on the categories.
I just don't listen to the same music as niggas. So I don't expect me to be the one that's coming out on top.
You still are aware of what's going on. You still know what songs popped and what songs were, like
I feel you, but I mean in different spaces though.
It goes both ways because I might give you a pick that everybody can know and identify with, so it's a little bit easier versus, but then you might also get points for like, that's love. Like people like when you have a random pick and they identify it. Yeah,
Random to you?
I forgot who you picked for your R&B album of the year last year.
R&B? I don't think my R&B one was great. I think I said album of the year, I said Eves to More. And the niggas who fuck with that would know this nigga no game. You feel me?
That's what I'm talking about. You get points for that.
Like it though?
Did I like it?
The Eves? No, not.
Oh, I'm like, what? I'm like, what do you mean did I like it? I was like, yeah, I like this. Niggas like, yeah. Hey.
Niggas locked in.
I don't know.
I don't know. I put Black Odyssey. That nigga locked in. He was rocking with that.
Word?
See?
Hey, now for rapper of the year, are we gonna have different answers? Because that's kind of like
we can't have that as a category.
I don't even think we put artist of the year. We don't put rapper of the year.
So
even if it's artist of the year, like you got 2 choices, nigga. It's Taylor or Kendrick. That's it. Taylor Swift. I don't need to like Taylor Swift to know that what she did was.
That's not a good answer. That's not your real answer.
I feel you. It's not my real answer.
Yeah,
but if you talking about like, I think it's wild that you could re-release an old album and get 2 million. You get 2 million sales in a week.
Poetry in motion. Every time you're on the field, nigga, that's art. We'll
drop those later in the year. And what I'm thinking is, with like 10 days left or however many days left, I feel like we do a countdown of our favorite moments, and we drop it every day. So
you gonna be consistent with that?
Yeah.
That's the real question.
I got no work for the rest of the year, so I got some time on my hands. Hopefully I could put something together.
But now, make sure you drop it in the comments. Make sure you tell us what you want the category to be. We're going to follow through. We're going to make it happen.
So someone actually reached out to us on Twitter. Shout out to I'm Hypnotic, right?
Okay.
And he said, you know, he would love to know what are our goals and aspirations for the podcast for 2025,
for
and then also individually
for
each person, what are our goals that we want to achieve outside of the podcast for next year? So,
well,
you want to kick it off, Yves?
I'll jump off and speak for myself first because I didn't think about it for the podcast. I honestly didn't catch that part of the question.
Yeah.
No bullshit.
You don't be thinking about the pod outside of it.
I'm not gonna say that.
I hear you.
I'm not gonna say that.
I hear you.
You feel me? But
because that individual come straight to mind, right?
Of course.
Yeah, you got to think about that part.
Yeah, man. What?
All right.
But boom, right? Like I'm working on a bunch of projects right now. You feel me? With a bunch of different people within the community that we're in, and I feel like the biggest thing that I've been expressing in all these different projects is like, yo, like, what am I doing that's contributing like to the creative market here, the creative economy, right? Like I think I'm very privileged where in my actual 9-to-5 job, I'm seeing a lot of things, you know, behind closed doors, whether it's like different board meetings and just different conversations about like how to raise money and stuff like that, that I'm like, yo, artists need to really start thinking about sustainability. You feel me? Artists need to start thinking about how am I making myself actually, you know, validated in what I'm doing. You feel me? I think with everything that you do, it should be a platform to validate, hey, this is who I am as an artist and this is why I'm as valuable to whatever entity it is that you're collaborating with, working with, whatever, right? So I think, you know, for me, it's like all the things that I'm working on right now are going to bleed over and transfer into 2025. So to say like, do I have any new goals? No, it's more so I'm going to be continuing what I'm doing now. But in terms of what I want out of it, 2025, like once everything's out there into the world and people can actually like consume it and engage with it, you know, I really wanted to propel and push the artists around me. You feel me? I wanted to really push this scene that we're in, that it's like, yo, people feel like niggas are doing shit on a different level, that it's like, okay, we're not thinking about just making shit and putting it out there. It's like, oh no, we're actually making power moves. You feel me? So that's why I'm looking at it from that aspect of it. In terms of the podcast, I don't know, even with the podcast, like, part of me still feels like we're missing like the actual stamp that it's like, how do I word this, right? I think a big part of it, even to what I was saying, where's the money? You feel me? I think like there's a lot of things that we're doing that it's like, yo, we're doing it at a high level, but where's the return? You feel me? And I think I want to see the podcast actually get to a point where there's some finances that are actually worth it. You feel me? That's like niggas is cooking. You feel me? To see that there's actually a future in this. You feel me? Because like we can't keep doing this if it's not sustainable.
That's right.
So there's that aspect of it. I think we've done a good job of solidifying our voice within the community.
For sure.
I mean, no pun intended. I think we've done our homework. We've done our research to connect with the right people, whether we've had them on the podcast or not. At least conversations are happening behind closed doors. You feel me? So time will tell with that. You feel me? But to me, I think I'm going to say that. I'll come back with more if I think of more after that. But yeah.
All right. What about you, Nate?
I don't know. I feel like for the podcast, we got a lot of we have a lot of work to do just to make sure that we don't maintain or we don't like remain stagnant. I think like in the areas that we excel in. You feel me? Like we know that we can, like this year was big on like just getting more interviews. You feel me? And like getting more artists in the building to understand like our style of like, you know, this kind of like podcast style. And I think now that people have an understanding of that, they reach out to us for like our style as opposed to like their thing that they want us to fit into. Like in the past, people would want like an interview where they would want questions like asked. They would want us to do very specific things with them. You know what I'm saying? But like now when people reach out, it's like they're like interested in like engaging with what we got going on already, as opposed to like looking for us to do something that they would like. You know what I'm saying? So I think we've like done a good job like solidifying that. Now it's like, how do we move forward with conducting that same process, but with higher profile artists, with artists who are maybe are not even as familiar with like what we have going on, but like respect the platform. You know what I'm saying? Still, how do we engage outside of like the local network of artists and like, you know, entrepreneurs? You know what I'm saying? So like wanting to expand in that way so that we're engaging in different states and different cities. You feel me? I think that we need to do more like field work as well. That's something that like I see for us moving forward. We did some of that stuff last year, and I feel like that was like in like kind of like the bare bones version, right? When we went to like the Celtics game, we were doing like interviews, like quick, like on the spot, just
straight
like
interviews.
So we did that this year.
Like that was like
Was that this year?
That was last year.
I think that was last year, like
Oh,
toward the
shit.
end of the year.
But that was something like
Niggas ain't
that was in like September. It was before the season.
Oh, it was
So
it was the
before
opening game actually,
That
opening
was like
home game.
early October or late October. But that's one example. But we can do a lot more with that. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen people who have their platforms, whatever, like they're going into like festivals, you know what I'm saying, and doing the same thing, engaging people. Like they have like more on the spot. So that's what I mean. Like when I say in the field, it's just like taking the podcast. So it's not just like a sitting kind of like project. You feel me? It's something that can be mobile. It's something that can maneuver. It's almost like it has an identity of its own outside of just this space or outside of us interviewing people. You know what I mean? So that also means taking on the projects that we've talked about before. You feel me? With like some of the stuff that we have with like short form content, some of the artist interview formatty stuff that is not our traditional podcast, doing that and expanding the team. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I want to see for us moving into next year. Things that I think we can work on. And hopefully it works out in a way that not only promotes growth, right, for the platform, but also growth for the artists that we're impacting in the community and growth for us as artists in our own right. You know what I'm saying? And as professionals. So that's that. I think that when it comes to my individual goals, I don't really have much like on the horizon as far as like what I'm like looking forward to or what I like will see for myself. But I don't know. I think the biggest thing is just putting out more music, doing more collaborations. You feel me? 'Cause like for folks, I just don't like. I'm not really like big on like making music like for myself. You feel me? Like I'm like I want to make music that impacts other people. You know what I'm saying? It might be cathartic for me, but I want to continue to like just have an impact on others through the music that I make, through any artistic endeavor that I engage in. So that's the biggest thing for me is just continue to have that impact and make it greater. I want more people to feel. I want more people to understand. I want more people to feel different than they felt when they first listened to it. And hopefully that's in a positive way. You know what I'm saying? I want more reflection. I want more introspection in the community. So hopefully I can be a catalyst for that. So that's me.
That's real shit.
That's
real
dope.
shit.
On the podcast side, I feel like we've talked about it. Like 2025 is like a make or break year. You feel me? Like I'm really in that mode. We're all in that mode where you get into your mid 20s and like you do got to start seeing return on investments. The great part about the podcast or us doing the podcast is that we never needed money to do it. Like we all have careers of our own, and you feel me? Money's not really a concern for us. But if anything, it's more the time investment.
God bless.
Yeah, for sure. God bless. Yeah, that's the case. So for us, it's less of a money return, but like I got to justify the time that gets put into it. I think we all got to justify the time, especially because we got all these different things that we're doing outside of the podcast. So when I say it's a make or break, it don't mean like I want it to be the last year, but that's why it's like pressure on all of us to make sure, like you said, it's not stagnant. And that we keep this shit moving in a very positive direction where we can find reasons to keep it going. You know what I mean? Because I feel like we've cemented ourselves within the community, but now it's like, how do we take that to the next level? So we talked about doing certain things like doing a live event, showing just and having different types of content. Like shout out to everybody who listens to the long form podcast. The fact that you even do that is dope in itself because that's a commitment. That's incredible that people would listen to us. We're not celebrities. We're not like, we don't have crazy special connections with people to give people a behind the scenes of, you know, what's going on in society and culture. So it's like, what is our edge? You know what I mean? But they genuinely love the dynamic that we have and the conversations that we're having, and they feel like they got a seat at the table. So I salute to everybody who taps in, but I also want to make the content more accessible and doing more short form content, more, you know, just like engaging in different aspects of it to make it easier for people to kind of like funnel themselves into the podcast. And we've done that in certain capacities, and I just want to be a little bit more consistent with it. So I'm putting a lot of pressure on it for us to like have the best year that we can have and see where it goes from there. But at the worst case scenario, if God forbid, like, you know, bad for this the last year, it's not, I mean, if 2025 is the last year, it's not the end of the world. You feel me? I think it's a beautiful thing what we've done. I feel like we'll always be able to look back on it and be able to be like, yo, that was a moment in time. And I hate like giving the speech as if it's
Look at me.
over.
Nigga, you know damn well we don't do that shit after next year. Niggas gonna be like, I just wasted mad of my life doing this shit.
No.
No, I would never
No.
think that.
Nigga,
Nah.
I'm gonna
That's
be
how you
heated.
feel. I wouldn't feel that way.
I'm gonna be heated.
I would not
nigga.
feel that way.
I'm like, all right.
No, that was great.
I see what
not feel
niggas.
that
I
way.
see what niggas had me getting into.
That shit defined our early
There's
20s,
so
bro.
many-
Like, that's
there's so
dope
many,
as
like,
hell.
Relationships and connections that were established through this that I've, what do you call it? I guess you could say even like expanded on in my own career. That's like, it wouldn't have happened without that meeting place.
Type shit.
You feel me? Like, nah, bro. Nigga, I wouldn't talk to this nigga as often as a dude. I probably wouldn't even know you if it wasn't for the podcast.
You feel
Like,
me?
what?
Especially as you get
Yo,
older,
my
like,
niggas, like, what are you talking about?
even like your best,
Hey,
like,
that's
even
year one though. That's valid. Year 2, 3, it's like
bro.
No, I hear what he mean though. Like, as you get older, even your closest of friends, bro, life get busy, bro. So I
sure.
love that we have
sure.
like this to anchor us and like just have the conversations we always enjoy, whether it's music, sports, culture, all
waste my
that. He said it's a waste. That's crazy.
I'll be like, damn, niggas just that's
But
crazy.
even if it wasn't next year, right? Let's
be
just
like,
speak
that's
on
so
it in general.
crazy.
Anything in life is not going to be,
Forever.
There's going to be a last day at some point. So
Tight.
at that point, we just still feel like it was wasting my time.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
A little bit. I'm gonna find a new Nate, bro. I'm gonna find a nigga to replace me slowly. You know, it's gonna be someone that look like me too. They
I
gonna
mean,
be
what
like, yo,
happened to that nigga?
right,
There's
like,
a nigga that's running around.
Yeah,
We know
you
that.
gotta
I'm gonna find that nigga.
Nah, it wouldn't be a waste. Like being able to be like 50 years old, 25 years from now, and being like,
I got 4 years of my life that's just documented. You saw my
documented, like
thoughts.
conversation,
Yeah,
important
for sure.
conversations
I think
that we
it's
had. I think conversations that will probably hold the test of time. Like maybe, all the time sensitive topics, but the real things we spoke on, I think, I don't know. I'll be very proud of that. Like regardless if it's next
sure.
year, 2 years from now, 10 years from now.
I feel that.
And then on the individual side of it, you feel me? I just got these different buckets of my life. And on the career side of it, I want to get my CPA license, get certified as a public accountant. Cause the end goal with that, if I was to take it to the farthest, is like, I want my own firm type shit. Feel me? I don't want to be working for nobody. I want people working for me. And less for the fact that people working for me, but just me having ownership over like my destiny and shit like that. You feel me? I want to maximize anything I'm in. And then with Blue Home, being a contractor, I'm trying to get into flipping houses. I want to get into that lane, just keep growing with that. And with the music is always an interesting thing because it's always like on the back burner versus all the other stuff I do. But I think 2025 is an opportunity. I feel like with rap or with music in general, it's contained in years. You know what I mean? Like who had the best year? Who was the best rapper this year? Who had the best song and album of this year? I think with 2025 is a new opportunity, like have a fresh start and get to control the year. You know what I mean? And if I can stay consistent on top of that, and the biggest thing is like reducing the barriers of output in terms of like not overthinking, because I'm not at this stage in my life. I know myself, I got a high self-awareness. If I put all these barriers, like it's got to have a music video, it's got to have a rollout, all that, it's not going to happen. It's not going to drop. I want to just make the music, put out the music. That's it. I'm not thinking about, I got to make 2 albums because I've shown in the last couple of years, it's not realistic for my situation right now. So I'm making music. I'm proud of my music. I just want to put it out. Simple as that. And whatever happens, happens. If it turns into something fruitful, then you can invest in it. You know what I mean? Yeah. But the most part, I just want to do I
can't argue with that.
I just want to put it out there. Simple as that. I don't need it to do anything. I'm not closing the door on it, but I know I'm not doing the most I can to say like, I want to be an artist. Like it's not the reality. I am an artist, but I'm not trying to make it my profession necessarily, because clearly my time and investment has shown that for these last couple of years, it don't reflect that. And I'm not tripping off that. You know what I mean? Because I got a blessed life and I don't regret nothing.
Hey, bro, I've said it before in previous episodes. I'll say it again now for whoever's listening. Like, there's a beauty in having the awareness of not having identity foreclosure. Not fixing yourself to any identity to be like, I'm an artist, so therefore everything I think about when I wake up, when I'm sleeping, it's like, it's just the art, producing, manufacturing, It's like, yo, you are who you are. Right. Feel me? Acknowledge the things that move you, move on what you want to do. That's it. It's not that complicated. No
and those things aren't your identity. They're just vehicles to whatever you want out of this life. Sure. You know what I mean? And, in my individual life, I might value just like freedom, security, being able to just do whatever I want. And whatever lane looks like it could get me to that, that's the car I'm gonna get in. I'm gonna get in the car that's gonna get me to that fastest point I want to get in. I don't care what car it is. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say any car, but like the ones I have.
Specify. You ain't gonna see me in some whoopty like.
No bullshit. But that's where it is with it, you know. But that's funny. I think we all are looking at 2025. Like I don't think we're shaking it up. Like I don't think any of us are like, damn, 2024 was such a bad year. Like it's got to be a major shakeup in 2025. That's a lot of people, and that's fine. If you need the new year to be a motivation to like switch it up, but for us, it's just keep doing what we're doing. Is creating fruitful results.
I was having this conversation the other day with Gutta actually, and I was saying to her like, she asked me the same thing about like, oh, like New Year's resolutions. I feel like the last couple of years, it's like my mind doesn't even think about it that way because like everything I'm doing has very much been thought out. Like if not years prior, that it's like I'm just actively doing the things I told myself I'm supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? So like I don't come into the new year like, what do I want to improve or like what goals do I have? It's like, no, I've been new and I'm doing it. You feel me? So like, I don't know. It's a blessing to have that, you know, I guess like control in my life that like everything is so meticulous and like detailed that it's like I'm just following the blueprint. I'm following the plan that I made for myself.
That's the part that I don't think it's lost, but maybe people don't even get to that step to understand like the beauty in just being consistent, and it's boring. You know what I mean? I think people or just humans in general, they get excited about like major change happening all at once. You know, when someone comes up with like that gym plan, they think I'm gonna do it 5 times a day. Like they create like the craziest expectations, and then they might, and because they set like the biggest bar, when they fall under it, it hurts. Like, I don't know. They start stumbling and then they just fall back on it completely. So I think people like the idea of like these big, grandiose ideas and they fall in love with that, but they never stick with it. Because once you start sticking with it, it's not grandiose anymore. You just know what you got to do. You know the day to day. And it's just hard work and consistency. There's no secret sauce to the success, bro. It's just doing what you got to do and laying the brick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't want it to get lost in the conversation and come off the wrong way. I do understand why people look for like that, I guess you could say like inflection point where like something is turning over. It's like, oh, new year, new me. It's like, I get that. You feel me? But I also think if you don't have like that structure that we're talking about already established, then yeah, look for that moment to be like, I'm turning that switch on. If you already do, don't get caught up in the, you know, everyone else's like, I guess you could say like, announcement of like, oh, this is what I'm on. It's like, keep doing what you're doing. You feel me? You're good. You feel me? You're lucky enough that you're good and just keep it going. So I just wanted to make that clear too. You feel me? Because I don't want anyone to hear this and be like, yeah, I don't got my shit together like that. Like, it's like, I'm not trying to discourage anybody. You know what I mean?
I don't
like,
want to discourage anybody either, but I'm going to keep it a buck.
Stop. I don't know where you go. Like, you already said what you had to say.
A lot of times you won't be the same person you was. You won't be, if you have certain habits, the new year not gonna change that. You feel me? Like it's something way deeper than that.
It definitely can if you wanted to.
But it was something deeper than just you know what I mean?
But sometimes people need like that symbolism, representation to be like, this is what is going to be that start. Yeah. You know what I mean?
But don't be that person who go to that gym the first month and everybody at the gym that first month and then you fall off on it. You feel me?
At least you was there to begin with.
Create new starting points. When you fall off, create new starting points. Like that's it. All right, I lacked this last month. Okay, next week we gonna do it again. That's it, and just keep it moving. What advice you got for them, Nate?
Like, I don't care about these niggas' lives, bro.
Oh my god.
I'm hearing it. I'm like, that's what's up. That's what's up, nigga. I be doing my own thing anyway, bro. I don't be like, if you're really doing your own thing, it shouldn't matter to you what other people was doing. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
Like, do your thing, bro. As long as niggas is showing up when they need to be there, and as long as niggas is like supporting their community, you feel me, and doing what they need to do, it'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't let, like, it's not really advice, nigga. It's just, nigga, focus on you. Focus on the shit you can control, bro, and everything else, let it happen, my nigga. Like, niggas, because that's the thing about New Year's resolution. I agree. I think niggas be doing that shit because they see other niggas doing it. They only, like, you only buying into some shit because other niggas is doing it. And I personally feel like, shout out to you, that's corny. Do your shit. Do what you do. You feel me? Do shit on your timeline. Do shit that aligns with your lifestyle. Do shit that makes sense for your future. If it don't, like, those are the 3 things, you feel me? It got to make sure that you're not doing it because someone else told you to. You You feel me? If someone else told you to and it's something that you was already gonna do, don't be one of them bitch ass niggas and be like, well, I don't want to do it because you told me to. Even though nigga, it was some shit you was already gonna do. Why you acting like that? So don't do some shit just because someone told you to or you see someone else doing it. Don't do some shit that's gonna like negatively impact your future. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that you're always moving forward. We don't do that backward shit. You know what I'm saying? If you need to slow down or if you need to stay still, that's all right. But don't move backwards. You know what I'm saying? Never take a step back. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have to. You absolutely don't have to. You know what I'm saying? And then, last but not least, and I have to emphasize the not least, bro, just do your thing, bro. Focus on you. Don't worry about other people. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about anything that's going to do something for someone else. Worry about the shit you can control in your life.
Fendi.
And the last note I do want to make, I'm talking to everybody who watches this podcast. If you made it to this point, I'm being so serious. Yo, if you need to get your finances right, reach out to me, bro. Because I want this to be the last year. Niggas is getting credit card debt. Niggas is overspending. Niggas don't have a budget. People don't know how to save their money correctly or get into investing. Because I'm telling you, yo, start early so you good 30, 40 years from now when you need to retire. I know that don't seem like it's important right now. Like, what do I need to worry about 30, 40 years from now? It's so crucial. And I'm telling everybody who listens to this, don't hesitate. We don't even got to have a relationship. Just DM me like, yo, I'm trying to get on that type of time.
I would even push back a little further on that.
What's up?
Rather than it being hey, reach out to me, create something that people could just access. You feel me? Whether it's like a package, whether it's like some...
Working on it.
You know what I mean? Like a deck or like a presentation that it's like, yo, I share this. Whoever it reaches. Like,
maybe I'll put that
people
together.
Start reposting it. Yeah. Other people might just see it and be like, oh, this is interesting. If they have further questions, then they'll reach you. Because like, for a nigga to reach you, they would have to know you. You feel me? They would have to even need to... But I'm see this clip to be like, oh, he said it's an open invite. But what if they don't see that?
Well, I'm talking about to the people who are watching right now. Let's start there. Let's start there. You feel me? That's all.
I will say too, though. Yeah, definitely reach out to him. Don't reach out to me, nigga.
I mean, you didn't volunteer.
Nah, I'm just saying, because sometimes niggas be doing that. Like, they'll reach out to one of us trying to get in contact with another one. Don't do that. Reach out there.
Just DM me directly.
I'll tell you this. You reach out to me about some shit.
You don't want to be the middleman?
Nah, you reach out to me about that shit, bro. I'm going to call you broke and laugh. I'm sorry.
Nah,
chill out. You know why? Because you're not following instructions, bro. You're not broke in pocket. You broke in mindset. You know what I'm saying? You moving
cleanup?
You moving scary about your future.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we being real. Nah, I'm just being straight up with niggas, bro.
Nah, I feel so serious about that.
You broke your mindset, bro, because he just told you to reach out to him. Why did they do that?
I hear you.
Why do niggas do that? They gonna reach out to me being like, yo, can you put me in contact with him?
They might feel more comfortable for you to like segue
But that's broken mindset. They missing out on opportunities because they going to the wrong person about it, even though the instructions were clear, because they're nervous about the instructions. Yeah. They holding themselves back about their future.
Yeah, my biggest thing is like,
I hear you.
I feel so passionate about like, there is no reason you should be financially illiterate in 2024, 2025. There's way too much information out there, and you don't have to come to me. Go do your own research, and I'm sure you'll find some. But if you need like somebody to like point you in the right direction type shit, because I'm not gonna say anything that you can't find out for yourself, but I've learned it. I have enough experience with it.
I would hope so.
And I have the technical skills.
It's your job.
And I'm putting, you feel me? And I'm putting it into work. So I just want to be able to pass that on because
I would say it's not that you shouldn't be. It's that you don't have to be.
Let me get this off.
Just to be clear.
Because it doesn't matter what you do. If you're an artist, you're a technician, you do this, ABC, finance, like knowing like how to handle your finances, everybody need to know that.
That's a fact.
So that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, my career is a little more niche, bro. Niggas ain't asking me about fucking
test tubes,
CRISPR, or fucking, Sanger sequencing and shit like that. So yeah, don't worry about all that. I'm not explaining that shit to nobody, bro.
Your job is probably not fun to describe to people when people ask. Like when people ask you what your job is, what do you say to them?
No, you'd be surprised.
Like,
don't worry about it.
I work in a lab.
Huh?
Like, I work in a lab.
I work in a lab. No, but like, I tell them what I really do. It's like, yo, I'm co-piloting the manufacturing of a drug to treat eczema, and it's in clinical trials right now. And the niggas be like, oh, shit. Okay. So yeah.
That's a good description.
That's just what I do. Now, if they ask about the science of it, I'm like, I could tell you like a 5-minute explanation. I can tell you what's really happening.
Yeah.
If I try to really explain what's really happening, they kind of just look at me like,
yeah, talk about your art again.
It's just okay. So I feel you. So I don't know how to like really break it down.
Yeah. I feel you though. All right, hopefully niggas do better, bro. Hopefully next year is good for a lot of niggas, man.
Yeah.
We gonna see.
No doubt it will be.
It should be.
I got no doubt.
It might be.
Hey, man, if they ban TikTok too, I know a lot of niggas gonna have some free time. If they don't sell it, they put a date on it. They say like January 20-something.
Yeah.
That'd be so good for the youth, bro. Like, I know there's a bunch of kids who gonna like harm themselves over some dumb shit like that.
Something's just gonna come right back in and take its place.
Sure.
So like,
the only people I feel bad for is the creatives who like maybe
establish a
bet
platform
on this,
there,
like, and they might have quit their jobs for it. But man, less time on the socials, bro. More time.
That is something.
Do what you gotta do, man. Shout out my nigga TikTok gang. Crazy.
Let's get into the bullshit though. How do y'all feel about this whole UnitedHealthcare, this Luigi guy? Like, you seen the way they were, you know, walking him down into the prison, and he had, I don't know, they were squatted up. Like, you guys got to see the picture of this. Like, the NYPD doing posts, like photo ops.
Eric Adams is there?
Eric Adams, right behind him, bro. Making sure his face was right in the picture to take credit for this shit. It's weird, bro.
He one of those people who be like, he got a weird case. Why is he around?
Tight, right?
That's what I was saying. Like, why is he?
He actually does, though.
No bullshit.
No,
like, why is he around?
Didn't they like confiscate all his like devices and shit? They found like mad shit that's like
that he was
He be around like strippers and shit. Like,
oh, I don't know about that. He was just like giving contractors, like
facts.
He's working with, I don't know, just
Eric Adams a funny dude.
Manipulating relationships and stuff.
They was like, why are you there? He's like, because it happened in my city. I got to make sure that the people in New York is well represented. Type shit. Like,
nah.
Nigga, get the you know you want to be in the photo.
Right,
nigga.
What's super problematic to me though?
5-year foreign and shit.
What's super problematic to me is if it was any other killer, if it was any school shooter, if it was any other, like the victim was somebody we don't know, you don't have that. You don't get that,
the CEO of UnitedHealthcare?
No, I did not. I didn't know his name. I didn't know his face
I didn't
or
know
anything
until he
like
died.
that. Me neither.
Just goes to show.
That's his legacy now, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it. But my thing is like, it's so corny to me that they're doing that, because them doing that is them saying to the rich and the upper class, like, yo, you see what we do when like one of y'all get harmed?
Yeah.
And it looks crazy that like you could see how the system just works for them.
Oh, for sure.
Like we're in a system. You see the way Elon Musk how close he is working with Trump.
I told you from the jump, bro. That's the plot.
Bro, we don't got a democracy. Like, they just tell us what they want to do and we do it. Like, that's just...
Bro, I'll never forget, bro, when I was younger, thinking to myself, well, I didn't think about it in the moment when it happened. But as I got older, looking back at like what happened with Sandy Hook, the moment that happened and like there was no reform or changes with gun laws and shit like that, right? I was like, oh yeah, nah, niggas don't care.
No.
Niggas don't care. No. You got how many kids, little kids that got murdered in that situation? It's like, oh, nah, yeah, I see what this is. So when you see even this and they're like you said, like parading, oh, look what we did, you know, we got y'all, da-da-da-da. It's just like, I see what's happening here. You feel me? They don't care about the people. They never did. Now, I do think it is interesting that they're trying to charge him with terrorism. You feel me? As one of the charges. Because I think that's going to be a little more complicated when it gets to like all the judicial stuff. Because
nigga, he's a murderer.
Yeah. You feel me? Like, nigga. To say it's terrorism means that he was trying to, I forget the actual like lawyer jargon, but like that's essentially implying that he was trying to cause like some insurrection with the government or with the people and stuff like that, right? I don't think that's going to stick in court.
The terrorism, the definition of it is the unlawful use of violence and intimidation, especially against civilians in the pursuit of political aim.
The Israel method.
Technically, it's terrorism. Technically, it is terrorism.
Is it though?
No, the thing is, again, this is just the same thing as like you got freedom fighters from the Middle East versus America. To somebody in the Middle East, they think we're the terrorists. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then from the other foot, we might think that
we are the terrorists.
I know. I'm just saying, like, terrorism is just depending on what side of the glass you're looking through. Because there's a lot of people who might be like, yo, I might not agree, and I'll stand with what I'm saying, and I'll say my own personal views. I don't agree with what Luigi did. I don't believe in I'm not going to say senseless murder. I don't agree with someone taking actions into their own hands and taking somebody off of this earth. I don't think that's any responsibility of one human being to think they have the right to do. And I just don't want it to be a precedent that gets followed and it creates mini Luigis and shit like that. Cause that's not how we should handle it. But at the same time, do I have sympathy in this situation for somebody who has been at the forefront of the healthcare system that kills people, like millions of people, tens of millions of people a year.
Policies that affect people's health that, you know,
denies
they're not
claims.
given basic human, you know, rights. You feel me? To healthcare. I agree with that.
So you don't get my sympathy in that. Like, and if it's going to create conversations and it's going to create us to have a massive change in the healthcare system, then I'm gonna look back at this moment. If it does, I'm gonna look back at that moment and be like, hey, it's unfortunate. Maybe that had to happen. But it doesn't seem like it's gonna go in that way. I feel like it's gonna end up happening. Like he did it in vain because nothing is gonna happen, bro.
Yeah, you know what's interesting?
That's what's problematic to me.
You know what's interesting about this? It made me think about like history, you feel me? Because in the past, it would feel like the niggas who got assassinated were the ones trying to do good. But now it be the niggas doing bad that's getting assassinated. Well, at least in America.
It goes both ways. There's been rulers and stuff like that.
In America. That's what I'm saying.
Throw some names out. You talking like Lincoln, JFK, MLK, Malcolm X.
All right, can I say a name? Damn, nigga. Like, what the like, niggas like, put some names out. Niggas just named. Okay,
Hampton.
You know what I'm saying? But that's what I saw. But now it feels like something has shifted, where it's like, okay,
we killing the wrong people.
You know what? Y'all niggas. We're gonna kill you before you get a chance to continue killing us.
What's another example?
And I kind of jacked that.
Outside of this Brian, CEO of UnitedHealthcare.
I'm not saying that this continues to happen. I'm saying I kind of jacked that mindset. Ooh. I'm gonna take you out before you get a chance to continue doing it to me and mine.
You know why it's not effective? Because there's gonna be another CEO to fill his space. Fill his place, and then they're just gonna give that guy security and still do what the fuck they're doing.
No, if you don't think in the back of his mind, he's gonna be like, you know, I could make this decision, but
low-key, there are killers out there. You know, there's killers out there. I might not get through.
He's gonna make the same decisions.
They killed that nigga in broad daylight.
He's just gonna secure himself.
That's the difference. That's the only difference.
It's a possibility. You feel me?
That's really what happened to that nigga, bro.
Yeah.
Like he was living like the lifestyle. He thought he was untouchable. Got touched. It was the last time he got touched too, nigga.
Yeah, Will shaking.
And I'm just saying, if I'm a CEO, like, and I'm seeing some shit like that, and I'm like, yo, these niggas is ruthless. Yo, they killing niggas in front of the kids, in front of their families and shit.
It's not gonna make you have a heart, bro. None of these CEOs.
No, it's not about having a heart.
Have a change of heart.
It's about having a brain now. Because, like you said, this is how niggas think.
You control people with the fear of death, bro.
They think with their pockets and not with their brain. They think with their pockets and not with their heart. They think with their pockets and not with any sense of empathy or even like logic, honestly. A lot of the shit that niggas do, like, you feel me? A lot of the shit that, we'll think about the healthcare system specifically. I mean, a lot of the shit that they're doing is just for profit. We're talking about millions of niggas dying, you feel me? Or millions of people going into debt because they can't afford like insulin. Some simple shit like that where it's like, this is just basic necessity to keep niggas alive if they got deficiencies, you feel me? Or if they have diabetes. Cool, you would think. Give that shit to niggas for the low.
For sure.
Some shit that'll keep them alive. We want people alive, right? Because in theory, you want more people alive so that they can, you feel me? So they can contribute to society. These niggas is like, nah, bro. Like, if I do that, then I'm not gonna have as much bread. For what? What you need all that bread for? You already a billionaire. What are you doing? So now these niggas gonna be like, maybe should I make it cheaper? They be like, nah, bro, the bread. They be like, my life though. I seen them just kill that nigga, bro. They got random niggas dying. Niggas, what they say? This nigga's dying that ain't even died before.
Didn't we see a company that was about to enact a policy towards, I don't even want to misquote, I don't know what issue it was with disease. The moment that nigga got popped, they recanted their statement.
There's a, hold on a second.
Now, granted, that could have been happening already. It could just be a coincidence. But
it definitely didn't hurt it.
What I want to add to that, though, is like, even if that CEO did feel like, the new CEO, right? They put he not gonna have a change of heart in the sense of like, even if he feels like, yo, I have enough money, I don't need this money, it doesn't matter because it's not about your money, it's about the investor's money. And if a new investor gave you however many millions of dollars, you gotta make sure you give them a return on investment. Otherwise, sometimes the value of your company goes down, and then that does affect your money at that point.
But then who's gonna want to step up as CEO if say the next United CEO gets popped too? Niggas gonna be like, some shit. Niggas gonna be like, well, I'll be damned. I'm not stepping into that role. I'm an investor. They be like, nigga, you step into that role then since you pour so much money into it, you do it. Niggas be like, nah, I ain't touching that. You know what I'm saying? Because then things might look a little different.
But that's the issue with capitalism. It's like, it's always just more and more and more. You feel me? It's like,
yeah, it's a sick world, bro. I don't know, bro. To me, I think that the concept, because again, I don't know. I genuinely actually don't care about this. I'm not gonna hold you. Like Luigi, shout out. I don't know. I don't really understand.
That's my fault. Like, I don't know if I feel.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm like moved to say shout out, bro. Yeah. But then most of like,
it's like I don't know. Like it's like I respect it.
Head nod, like
I don't know. I don't really know.
Standing on business.
It's like, yeah, I respect that he was willing to stay. He said, nigga, I'm not about to sit here and do nothing.
If I wouldn't do it, I'm not about to highlight you for doing it. You feel me? But it's like,
you wouldn't do it?
I wouldn't do it.
Really?
I wouldn't do it.
If you was drawn to do it, you wouldn't do it?
I don't think I'd be drawn to do it.
Answer that question,
I wouldn't be drawn to do it.
He's trying to incriminate you.
I mean, my answer's valid. I just wouldn't be drawn to do it, so I wouldn't do it, bro.
But again, why you ask him that? Did you expect him to say yes on the microphone?
But be fair though. Say they going around
on it.
They killing like, you know what I mean? Law firm partners. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, if you treat your employee, they just killing niggas. I'm just saying, bro. You're not going to send that article and be like,
but I do want to go back to even what you were bringing up initially. I think this whole, like, it feels like a fucking rollout. You feel me? Like, it feels like a rollout. His name is constantly in the news. It's like, how does it not plant the seeds to inspire others to be like, yeah, I'm going to do this too. Because I'm about to do this.
The NYPD might feel like they're sending a message with how strict they're handling the situation. You could tell it's, bro, the man's in handcuffs. He's just a human being. You don't need to have 20 officers lined up. Like, it's overkill.
Like a movie villain.
And that's the thing. I feel like they're making him look like a martyr, bro. You get in the opposite effect. You got to make him look like, yo, he's just wilding. Like, he's just a wild citizen, whatever. But when you give him all this.
Not a wild citizen.
When you make it look like that.
No, but even like on paper, it's just like, was he not cum laude of like whatever school he went to? Like,
he low-key a
on
hero,
paper,
bro.
It's like, this wasn't supposed to happen.
Story. He low-key a hero, bro.
But he was not supposed to happen on paper.
He was a Ravens fan, you know that?
Oh my God.
Bro, that's crazy. That's not crazy?
Did y'all talk about his Grail account?
Nah, nigga was just like us.
He was
a regular dude,
Yo,
bro.
don't let Nate be the agent of destruction that sucks
bro,
you
I'm
in,
just saying, bro. Like, that's just a regular guy. If he can do it. Crazy.
But I don't want to hear the angle of mentally ill with him. I don't think he was mentally ill.
That was very.
He was not mentally ill, bro.
He made decisions that he
wasn't mentally. He wasn't mentally ill. He was mentally ill. You know what I'm saying? Like he's
Nate is on. Yo, you gotta be on a list, bro. You gotta be on a list.
He was ill.
They're gonna be watching you for sure.
Like, you know the world we getting into. AI can scan through everybody's words on the internet. They flagging you, boy.
I think it's the same thing with like the schools, like the parallels with like school shooters, right? I think there's a school shooting recently.
Yeah, that's nasty, bro.
I don't even know what state it was, bro. There's too many, right? But it was a woman this time. It was a woman.
Oh, really?
And they were breaking it down. Like her attire the day that she went to go commit that act, she was wearing the same shit that some of the people during the Columbine shooting were wearing, right? It's like little things like that. Where it's like, she's dropping like Easter eggs and shit that it's like, yo, like clearly there's like some worshiping that was going on from her and those individuals, which was like, what, 25 plus years from now?
Scream method.
At this point, right? And I think with the same thing with Luigi, it's going to be the same thing where a lot of people are going to see this and be like, I want that same allure. I want that same reception. I feel the same way. That's my martyr. I'm going to stand on it.
And if I'm being honest, these will make great films. Like, that, what you just said, I got chills a little bit. He said she was wearing the same shit from 25 years ago. She's wearing that shit from back then.
That's just crazy, bro. Like, that's what it's going to lead to.
But that's what I'm saying is that I feel like some of this shit, as much as niggas probably do care, you gotta be honest, some of this shit quite poetic. Like the way that they're putting, I think it's quite poetic. The way that you on that level, no, it's because this is what American culture does to niggas. That's what I'm saying. Like the way that we're embedded into this system, right? There's people that's dying every day, you feel me, because of the healthcare system. They witness all the school shootings on TV. They see the responses. They see the lack of policies, right? And that shit's, niggas is becoming indoctrinated into a system where they're like, this is how I must proceed. We're not showing them that anything different, right? Because like, again, with the healthcare shit, it's like, maybe we need better policies so that the investor's word doesn't go against the word of the people who are dying. Maybe, right? That would make sense. But they don't care about that because the same people that are investors, some of them might even be engaged or in the same pockets as the legislators.
Sure.
So it makes sense, right? That they're not have the people's interest. But if you're a person and you're being impacted by that, what else? What do you want niggas to think? What else you want niggas to do? Just die?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take somebody out with me then. I think that to me, that's America's problem right there.
I don't know the exact fact, but it's something along the lines like we're like 1 out of 3 countries, or we're like the biggest country, like biggest first world country to not have
universal
healthcare. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So like, it's a system that works for so many other countries. It's not like a foreign policy.
Well, that's because America's different though. America's built on racism,
man.
No,
if the nigga bringing up
bribery.
Yeah, but if the nigga that's bringing up universal healthcare is a nigga, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, nah, bad idea.
No, but even then, it's like Imagine a politician wanted to come and really make a change.
Obama did want to do that.
And then somebody puts money in your pocket to do the opposite. It's
but they didn't do that to him though. He proposed it.
Obamacare.
Yeah, and it worked out. And as niggas is get every step forward, niggas was like no because of who it was coming from. Even though that's the shit that they use themselves. Even though that's the shit that niggas know is the best option.
Niggas even just rebranded it.
You feel me? It's crazy to me.
I feel like if anything,
sad,
Obamacare gets catches shit just because of how it was rolled out. Not that it was a bad idea.
It's because it came from Obama, bro.
No, but how it was rolled out, like the website wasn't working, like all types of things during that time.
That's not why that's not why them conservative niggas don't care about that shit. Of course,
I'm not.
But
yeah,
bro, niggas got mad at him for wearing a tan suit.
I'm it.
Anything he was going to do, niggas was gonna be like, you feel me?
That's
like,
crazy.
I know that nigga ain't wearing that
a
shit.
tan suit.
That's what I'm saying, like,
can't be my president.
Like, that's the problem with America, bro.
Look where we're at, like 15 years later, and who our president is.
Bro, we're so deeply embedded in racism, bro, that nigga could have been like, yo, you know what? You're right. Like, he said, you're right. This is a bad idea. Let's do what y'all say. And they were like, no. I can't believe you say we're doing the opposite of what we said. And niggas have been like, okay.
He don't even stand on what he believes,
right?
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Leader.
That would have been one of the angles,
bro. It's
That's
pathetic.
So let me ask y'all a real question. When do y'all think the simulation started? Like, when did it stop being real life? 2016?
2001.
Nah, it's too early, bro. I feel like up until 2010,
9/11 still don't make sense.
Nah, but I'm talking about your life. Like when did it stop feeling like
I just talking about something
this can't be real, bro? Like, this can't be real. Like, what year was that? Where the internet got weird, where like people stopped, like even like the leaders and politicians, they stopped trying to be politicians and just started doing us greasy right in front of us without even trying to disguise it. People just getting weird.
2014 or 2013 was the first year that I was on Kick. That's when it felt like a simulation.
Like KIK?
Yeah. That's when I really started.
Oh, there was so many memories from the Kick.
Because that's like Black Ops 2 came out. I was like, yeah, something's not right. Shit too good right now.
I think 2016 was a turning point.
2016, Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton.
That shit still doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that race itself. I think that's when it all went to shit.
Yeah.
You got like news organizations like literally just putting out misinformation because they care more about clicks and engagement than they do actually about journalistic what's it called? Credibility.
See, the thing about that time though, and I think I understand what the sentiment of the question, right? Is that it's like, this shit's fucked. But
literally,
I don't know. I feel like I'm so embedded on like a local level that the shit never really felt like it wasn't real. It's always felt like, it always feels like there's a tangible impact to be made. It just feels like no one's trying to make it.
Whenever that stat came out of like 70% of kids want to be YouTubers, it's probably one of those moments as well, where it's like, yeah, this next generation is folded. Like,
to be fair though,
we accelerated global warming, all of that happened in the mid 2010s, and that right there, it was when everybody said, we gonna live like it's the last.
The pandemic made shit feel real.
Before the pandemic.
It was before the pandemic.
No, I'm just saying, like, that was when it was like,
pandemic was a weird time though. That's like, what is happening?
Because I was like, wait a minute, like, I don't know where, like, you see where I live at. I remember going outside and like walking down the street and it just being like patrolmen just on the side of the street.
And for people who don't know, like, what area of the town is it?
I live it. So that's in the North End.
It's across from TD Garden.
That shit was crazy.
Imagine the
pandemic. I didn't know if you trying to bait him. I was like, you were about to say, like, name drop where you at? Like,
yeah, it's not like people gonna be able to locate him through that information.
Yeah, but the thing is that niggas was like, it was like patrolmen just like lining the street.
Might have a Luigi day. For Nate. God forbid. I'm not throwing that out there.
See, he don't wish death on me, but he won't wish death on a healthcare CEO.
I didn't wish nothing on you.
That's crazy.
I didn't wish nothing
That's
on
not crazy.
I'm just saying, yo,
bro,
who knows who's listening, bro? That's all I'm saying.
That's why I'm like, why you just say where he be at? Like, we don't even know where we be at with this. Like, you might as well say this too. Like, yo, we right here on Dorchester. On, you feel me? Like,
I didn't say no streets.
These is the.
I'm just emphasizing. I'm just emphasizing. It's crazy in the pandemic. You know how busy it be in that area. So just imagine in a world where it's like,
black man around TD Garden, bro. Like,
it's mad black people around TD Garden.
When there's an event,
they don't live there, but they be there.
Pop up on a Tuesday night. It's like,
yeah. They pop out on Tuesday night.
It's not too many people
to
look through.
Like 4 other dudes.
Bro, be Silk bring out the niggas. No bullshit. I'd be like, wow.
Either way,
you better cut those locks, nigga. They too identifiable.
Nah, but I will say though, I think that the biggest, at least for me, like I just think we're in a real bad place, bro.
Oh, for
like,
sure.
Regardless of simulation or not, bro, it's just like shit's sticky, bro. Like niggas is not doing well
all around too.
Yeah,
I'm keeping up with some of the shit going on in Canada. Like I think they're about to get Trudeau out of there. Like I think the people are finally starting to like turn
What's
on
happening
him.
in Canada?
The Prime Minister. I think the people just aren't resonating with him no more. Like I don't think his presence over the people just isn't as strong as it used to been. Like over the last he's been Prime Minister for a while. I think since Obama was like 15 years.
Fucked up the
game. Like I think he's about to be out of there. If he does, if he either resigns or like he's gonna lose in the primaries.
Yeah,
bro. I think when Kendrick, if he goes and he does that show at the Blue Jay Stadium back to back,
you gonna
nights,
get him out of there?
That's his last day. That's when they're gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
It's interesting because their biggest
nothing, bro. This nigga, you let this happen?
No, they
from my
dancing with it,
understanding
bro.
of it, I think the biggest problem
Canadians
with
love
Maybe he'll be
Canadian
upset
people
that
is
maybe he'll be upset that people go, and then that's gonna be him being like, "I stepped down. I can't. These not my people anymore."
That's the problem, though. I think the biggest problem with the Canadians over there, they think it's an immigration issue. That there's too many immigrants coming in.
That was gonna sound crazy. I feel him though.
That's why.
I'm not gonna hold you. Nah, I'm not gonna hold you though, because bro.
But here's the thing, though. I think
it's because of America though.
I think the Canadian people are also
shifted.
overlooking why there's so much immigration happening in Canada. Their population was so old that they're projecting that over how many decades the working class is going to drop by however numbers in the margins, right? So their solution was, well, we got to bring in skilled workers from other places. This is what's going to keep our economy afloat. We have how much land that isn't even developed.
Right.
When we look at Nova Scotia and like all these regions where it's like, niggas don't live there.
Right.
We could do something with this space and we could boost up our economy. But the people don't think about it like that. They're like,
nigga, I don't go there.
all these immigrants are coming in. Get these niggas out of here.
Yeah, but
it's crazy.
And what's even crazier too is that Canada really should just be like, yo, we don't fuck with America, because a lot of the other reasons why niggas is going there is because it's not as safe for immigrants here.
True. Escaping,
type shit. Because it's crazy that it might be the first thing that niggas say is like, oh, I gotta go to America. I find opportunity, but niggas be saying Canada a lot now.
That's a fact.
And I'm like, hey,
I got a lot of family over there. Yeah.
Like, listen.
You know what's another issue that came to mind where it's like, I think it happened in the 2010s as well. Is corporations getting too big. Like with the advancement of technology allowed like giants to become ultra giants.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you got Amazon who controls 90% of has 90% of the online shopping.
Amazon about to put Temu out of business. You see that shit?
Word?
They got some shit called Amazon Haul, nigga. That shit's going crazy. Haul.
Oh, I thought you said Amazon Home. I was like, yo, what?
Amazon.
I don't know about this.
Yeah, you're a crazy nigga.
I don't know about this.
Amazon Haul, nigga. Yo, they got mad shit for like $2 bills. Nigga.
I didn't think that's what
they
you was
got
going.
the new Sheen department.
Bro, I'm telling you,
I didn't
that
think that's where
shit's
you was going with it. I
crazy.
thought you was about to bring up more so like the privatization of so many different like industries.
No,
So
I'm
you got,
talking about
like-
how big
the
because of
is
technology.
they're dominating in like specific fields.
You feel me? Like that's a problem. You feel me? Like why do we have so many office spaces that are owned by one or two different, entities?
But
And
I
it's
think
like,
that speaks
how
to-
do we break into that?
That speaks to the same thing, that it's like they're getting so big that they're out of control. You know what I mean? It really is just like 7 corporations who
Running shit.
dominate everything. Like that's the Metas, the Apple, the Googles, OpenAI, and Microsoft. Like they're about to control the whole AI landscape, bro. Like you got NVIDIA, Tesla, whatever, all these groups that it's too big to fail. And when they can literally,
kinda crazy.
it's just like legal bribery, like because there's lobbying in politics, just they legally just put money in people's pockets and they do what they want, bro. Like how can you change anything when they're just too big for us to do anything?
Yeah, the Tesla one is bad because niggas is trying to get like whole cities dedicated to the shit. That's not good.
You know?
That's not good. That's
Like-
that's gonna lead to some real issues, bro.
And even though I
People
don't
gonna die
believe
'cause of that shit. That's
Apple's an evil corporation,
No, you should.
It's crazy to think like 90% of high schoolers, their phone is an
It's an
iPhone.
iPhone?
Like you're gonna have a whole generation of people who use one type of phone. Like how could that be good for any competition? It's not.
It's not.
It's anti-competition. We supposed to be anti-monopoly. Like why didn't we stop shit in its tracks, bro?
Well, you have to don't underestimate the grand scheme of indoctrination. You know what I'm saying? Because like I know niggas that will go to bat for Apple, like getting abused at work, working for Apple, and still will like die for Apple type shit.
I think that's I
It's
think that's definitely an
indoctrination,
issue.
to, like,
I think there's a
the
lot
highest
of like
extent.
consumer loyalty for no reason. Like you should just be loyal to the best option. Like you know what I mean? Like
hey man,
push
see how I get
competition
down,
and shit
bro.
like that.
I don't believe in that. I believe whatever's best for
You
me.
said
is
best of
gonna
both
be the
worlds.
shit, type shit.
Yo,
I don't believe in that.
you could get even more specific. when Madden bought the NFL licenses, they fucked up the game, bro. That's another example. That's anti-competition. We ain't had, I don't know when's the last time I had a good Madden game.
2K doing it for the NBA though. And that's, I would argue that that's worse. No bullshit.
Yeah.
Because at least EA, like,
every now
at least
and
they
then
had CFB this year, nigga. I don't know. Like,
every now and then there's like years where like live pops up and niggas like, oh, I'm about to be on that. Then
When's
niggas
the
don't
last
follow
time
through.
there was
Niggas
an
don't
NBA
follow through.
live?
Like
Niggas don't follow
2018
through
or
on
Like,
that
2017.
shit.
19 might have been the last one.
With
Bro.
Embiid on the cover?
That's like 6 years
Oh, that
of
was
2K
bound to
just
fail.
running whatever
What
they
the fuck?
want to
Nigga
do,
put
bro.
Embiid on the cover.
That's the one I can remember off the top
Was
of my
Embiid
head.
on the cover of 2K at one point?
I don't think so.
Nah,
Yeah,
never.
I don't think so.
Good.
So I don't know. It's a signal to the
Damn,
end.
bro, what the fuck is Philly doing? I haven't been watching.
Like,
So
so
that
what,
nigga, he's injured again.
Is he?
He
So
got, like,
Paul
hit-
George and
He got like hit in the
that,
face. or
that
something.
rookie? Yeah.
how do you,
That nigga
And
was
I was-
out.
And Tyrese Maxey. I'm bugging.
I was reading an article that said, obviously, like 90% of the wealth of the nation is controlled by like people over 60, like the boomers and shit like that.
Mhm.
But they're getting ready to like die.
Mm.
So there's going to be a massive transfer of wealth. And I wonder how that's going to play out. Is it going to finally get distributed in a way? Is it going to make it more fair for young people to be able to get houses and shit? Or are they going to pass it down to to their kids?
You
watch
got
the
more often
platform?
than not.
Create more powerful
For
families
sure,
and individuals.
exactly.
You watch
More
the
often than
platform?
not, bro. What?
Is that
The
Netflix
Netflix
movie
joint?
where it's like
Yeah.
the elevator goes down
Yeah.
and
You watch
whatever you
that?
get left is whatever food is left. That's what the people at the bottom levels. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You watched it? They dropped the second one.
Is that an analogy of
Yeah.
American society?
Yeah, bro. That's
Yeah.
capitalism right there. Niggas be at the top bored, so they just shitting on niggas, bro. They just messing up the food for no. They're not even eating it. They're just
Oh, that's
messing
what
it
they
up.
did in the movie. So
That
like
is-
it starts off this grand like dinner, like everything
bro.
you could think of is on this
Immaculate.
platform, right?
And then they gave more lore. So basically, it's like essentially people when they opt in, they choose their meal. So all the things that they cook, it's the same thing every day. It's because that's what people on every level said that they wanted.
So as
What? So it's like, imagine
So
like
the-
this table is just full of like all three of us. Like
Yeah.
I'm on level 1, you're on level 2, he's on level 3.
Okay.
They give a meal for each of us.
Okay.
But I get all 3 meals first,
Gotcha.
and then you get it second.
it's like an
Whatever's
elevator
left over,
shaft
he
like
gets-
dropping down.
I'm
So
getting-
the person at the
What's
top
the lowest
level gets
level?
their
3?
first pickings.
Nah, it's like 333.
Oh,
It is
so
mad
at
like
that
there's
point, it's
two
not even
people on-
scraps, my nigga. What
But
is
that's
it?
what I'm saying. Is
Like-
that, but I don't have to eat your food. I know what's mine.
Tight.
But I get it
the,
first.
the top
I
level
see.
could just
Okay,
eat
okay,
till they're
okay.
full. But they're gluttonous.
Feel
and
me?
to the point where it's
The
like,
platform.
yeah, you gotta watch
Yeah,
it.
it's tough. No bullshit. It's in Spanish.
And
But they have subtitles though. You don't have to. Okay.
but just like he's saying, it's not even enough for them to like be gluttonous and eat more than they can handle.
crazy.
It's that they want to spite the people below them so much that they'll start shitting on the food.
Now, this dude, they'll
Mm.
fuck it up. There was a time where a black nigga was just trying to climb up a level. They shit right on his face.
2019. So my
Crazy, bro.
How did they even determine these levels? Like, how do you get placed into
It's random.
It's random.
It changes like every month. You get to it. You and your person on your level get signed to a different level. Or if that person dies for some reason, like niggas be killing themselves. Sometimes niggas fight and they die or whatever. If that happens, then a new person comes in and takes their
Yeah.
place.
But it's like a social, you can imagine it's a social commentary on like how human behavior changes depending on what floor or class you're on. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because we could be talking all the shit that we're talking, but if
I'll
we
tell
got
you,
put,
bro, they
if
give
we
me
got
a
put into
bill
the
right
position,
now. What?
you see what I'm talking about? If you gave Nate $1 billion, if you gave me you $1 billion, we might have a whole different
lying.
view.
I'll
You might
never
get
switch up.
normalized to it and think $1 billion ain't enough because you're surrounded by multi-billionaires.
I put
And now
that
you
shit in
feel
like a
broke in
trust.
comparison to them.
I'll put that shit in a trust and I'll just keep working.
That's so
Or-
easy to say.
I'll just keep moving,
If
bro.
you're
No
somebody-
bullshit.
That's so easy to say.
Nah, you don't get it, bro.
I don't think you're gonna keep working, bro.
I would definitely do that.
Maybe you, bro.
I'll just be like, I got you.
That's a waste of your time. That's a waste of your time.
Nah, bro, how?
You don't
I
keep
can't-
working a regular
Nigga,
job.
I don't have to do nothing with the bread.
I'm not saying I don't
It's
know.
just- it's
It's
just
your money.
growing.
Do what you do. But the fact you want to keep working. I mean, your job is
That's
different
what I'm
too. though.
saying,
Your
bro.
job is different.
Your job is different.
No,
Your
but my
job's
job
not
is
different.
like
That would be crazy if you did that.
It's
You,
hard.
you
no,
got
but
to impact on
the
society,
thing
bro.
is, I'm not working no more. I want to seat the table. You feel me? I want to be on the board now. I'm not gonna be the lab no more, nigga. What the fuck? Like,
Hughes, I think you're underestimating that. Like, you have so many resources. You get bored, bro. You want something to do with your life.
That's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with him that I'll keep working. Yeah, because like I like,
but just
something
not in
that's
that
passionate,
not in
something
that
that
capacity.
fuels
but I'm not working as a regular worker. I want ownership. I want a
feel
stake
you.
at what I'm building.
Sure.
Okay.
That's still work.
I feel you. That's valid.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But-
But yeah,
But let's be clear, like,
that's how I look at it.
If we
though.
were born in different circumstances and we never knew struggle and things came to us easy and we were normalized to our parents giving us what we wanted or having trust funds and shit like that, yeah, you might look at your neighbor and be like, oh, look how they're killing themselves and why can't they grab themselves from the bootstrap? Like,
bro, facts.
if you're removed from that environment,
Yeah.
how could you
I don't
relate to
know,
it? How could
bro.
you understand it?
I
Bro,
would like
you
to
don't
hope
listen
I'm
to
one of them
hip-hop
rich
and just be
niggas.
like, I feel that.
I like to hope I'm one of them rich niggas that still like connected. You feel me? It's like, yo, you wouldn't even know I'm rich, bro. Like, don't even trip over that. You
Those are
feel me?
usually
Like,
those are usually successful people that started from nothing.
Yeah, and even then,
I'm talking about like the kids who come from that. You feel me? There's people who it's like, nah, that's not
I
true.
bet the odds are not in your favor in
yeah,
that
I was about to say
situation.
it's very unlikely, and I think
Yeah.
that it's only unlikely because a lot of times people don't. You have to. It's unfortunate, but you do have to live the experience to really empathize, and I feel like that's part of the issue. You know what I'm saying? Like people lack empathy like across the board. I be seeing people where it's like, yo, I'll see a nigga like, this is so crazy. The other day he stopped at the McDonald's drive-through. Nigga ordered some shit with cash, had like some change, drove past Mass Ave. Niggas was like, can I have some change? Niggas was like, no, I don't have it. Crazy. And I was like, my nigga, afterwards I looked at nigga like,
I know you got some change.
I was like, all right.
Mhm.
Cause I just see
Because he didn't even have to say, I don't have it.
Exactly.
But he's
Niggas
just-
like,
he
nigga,
didn't
cause
have to
he's
engage.
like, nah, but you gotta acknowledge them as people. You feel me? Like, I'm not gonna just drive past. I'm like, didn't you just get some change though?
Mhm.
Niggas like, oh shit, I did. Oh.
Did he genuinely forget though? In
That's
that
what I'm
moment?
saying. Like, yeah, but
I
it's
didn't have
like,
that context. I was like,
but it's
oh.
like you only forgot because you didn't care. Because how the fuck you forget some shit that happened less than a minute, literally 60 seconds ago?
Well,
It wasn't like,
because literally what happens is you probably get normalized to just saying no.
and that's what I'm saying is that like that's where the lack of empathy comes in. Because if you had empathy, you would think about it first.
Mm.
You would say, "Do I?" Instead, he's like, "Nope,
Yeah.
I'm used to saying no, so the answer must be no." But it's like, nigga, you didn't even think. You didn't even think about whether or not that was true or not. You just moved on instinct because your first instinct is to say no, or your first instinct is to move on, instead of to think, okay, actually, can I help this person?
So I
What
want
do
to
niggas?
add more to this, right?
Mhm.
In those situations where you can provide somebody some form of like money and aid, are you picking and choosing what it is that you provide? If you
I'm picking and choosing
you
who
got
I'm
a couple
providing it
bills
to.
on you, you got a couple ones, you got a 10, you got a 20. And it's like, I'm actively choosing based off of what I think of this person, how much I want to give them.
No, I'll be like, what can I give you that's not going to impact me in a negative way? But also, I only give it to black people.
I do
gotta
feel
be
that.
honest.
No.
You feel me?
This
You
nigga,
know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
that's just
Why
nigga
you
Chris.
laughing?
Worth the Chris, bro. I've been to this nigga since college. Like, I see a white person, I'm kind of like, you had it going for you, bro. Where you fuck up? Like, where did you fuck up? Like, but I see a nigga, I'm just like, yeah, I got you, bro.
feel
I'm gonna
me?
try to help where
Like
I
my
can.
brother,
You feel
my
me?
sister.
Like,
I got an interesting
I
conversation.
will be
after
honest about that. This,
You feel me?
It
Nah,
might be
no
wrong,
bullshit.
but that's how I think about
Bro,
it.
it's the same thing, bro. I'm
It
gonna
could
be
be
honest
wrong,
with you.
too.
It's the same shit with the Uber drivers and all that. I don't tip you if you're not black. I'm so sorry. I
Oh, you
don't.
tip.
Oh, I don't tip you. That's across the board.
See,
I ain't tipping.
maybe I'm a dickhead. Niggas just said, you tipped them? Wow. Bro, sometimes I see the
complaining
name
about
and
the
I be
pay,
like,
get another
I'll wait till you
job.
get
They
here.
did their job. Like, they did their job, bro. Like,
I feel you, bro. But
DoorDash should charge enough to pay these people the right wage.
Bro.
I'm sorry.
what's he about to say? Say
Niggas
it,
say,
bro.
you tip?
We're saying our vices right now.
With the gauging, I will admit there's a certain level of gauging. Like if you look like you just hit the pipe, I can't give you that shit, bro. I'm sorry. But if you look like you trying to change your life, I feel that.
What does that look like? What does that second person look like?
Niggas say you shouldn't have let me see you like this.
That
I can't
person
do
sitting,
it.
I don't know.
I ain't giving you nothing.
Yo,
You don't respect me enough to not
I
show
don't
me
know.
this.
If you know,
You
you know.
come to me,
just saying, bro.
you
You
come
know,
to me
you know.
asking for change,
You know,
looking at
you know
this
what I will
condition.
say? You know what I will
How
say?
dare you?
I think it's dumb foul for people who use their kids as a way to like, what's it called? Panhandle.
Yeah.
When they got them, like, especially when it was in the middle of the summer, I remember seeing a lady like have her kids like stand up with signs and shit. Like, hey, I got a family of 5. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, bro, you got a baby out there. Like, what is wrong with you? Like,
That's how severe it is, my nigga. Give her the money, bro. It's serious, nigga. It's serious out here. It's
there's
critical.
got to be better ways to make. Isn't panhandling that
Bro,
lucrative?
there might be better ways, but that might be the only way that they can do it. It's critical.
Nah.
How you know the kid didn't want to be out there? I ain't know the kid was like, take me with you. I'll help.
That's embarrassing, bro. Too. On
Shit's
top of
tough.
that, like, I don't know.
You might be. It might be embarrassing now, but when you have it, you're not gonna be embarrassed. You're gonna be like, I'm glad I went out there because now we got it. That's probably the most lucrative day.
It's tough, bro. It's tough. I don't want anybody in that situation. No bullshit. I hear you, bro. But it's tough. It's tough for sure.
Yeah. Sometimes I wonder though, because I be
but
like,
if they come up to my window doing a zombie walk, like, hey, you got $1? I'm like, no.
That nigga getting nothing.
No. I don't have.
I be
But
scared.
you look like you really trying to change your life.
I
You
be
feel me?
scared, nigga. Like roll him up. Like what the fuck?
You know, I can see you got the backpack. You know,
Ever trying to
got-
open your door?
You got the tools you need and stuff like that. You know, I'm a salute. I'm gonna help you out.
They ever try to open your door?
Yo, you trying to open my door? That's a problem.
Trying to open my door is
They
crazy.
be scary, bro. They be scary. They be listen to certain hours.
open
You
my
walk
door.
You're like, what?
They be like something like there's like a Hyde Park. I remember one time there was this lady. I was in a car with Johnny and Ty, bro. Yo, I swear she just stood there, bro, in the middle of the street, and the light was red for like 2 minutes. And I was like, yo, give it a change, bro. I was like, yo, she controlling the stoplights, bro. This shit not gonna change, bro. And she just standing there. She just looked at it. I was like, yo, give it a change, bro.
Yo.
I was like 3 in the morning. I was like, yo, y'all not seeing this,
Nah,
bro.
that's wild.
These niggas is not taking it seriously.
I'm
She
crossing the
controlling
red
traffic
light.
lights.
I'm crossing the red light.
Bro, I was really?
And that's at 2 a.m.? Nah.
Nigga said, excuse me?
Void it.
I haven't been in this situation.
Bro.
I don't know what I would really do. So,
That shit was mad scary.
I want
bro.
to bring it back a little bit because you talked about like not having sympathy for that white person, right? Because you thought to yourself like,
No, it's not
I
that.
said
No,
I want
it's not
sympathy.
sympathy.
hold on, hold on.
It's just
But
like
there was a
they
thought
gotta
process
understand
that
it's just
said,
that, hey, I'm thinking
You
I'm
had
running to a nigga, though.
advantages
It's
in
like,
life.
damn,
How
I just
did
get
you
that nigga
end
my
up
last
here?
bill. Huh?
you thought to yourself, you got mad advantages in life. How'd you get here?
Sure.
Okay, I watched, and I'm not trying to shift anybody. I'm just trying to throw this out there because I think it's an interesting conversation, right? I watched the Theo Vaughn clip.
I thought you don't fuck with him. I'm glad you fucking with him.
No, he had a guy I like to listen to. His name is
Okay.
Scott Galloway,
Okay.
and you know
Oh, the dude, white ball dude. Yeah, he's an economist.
he's an economist. He's a
Yeah,
professor at
yeah.
NYU, and he's a super rich guy, but he's very transparent about like you know what
I've
he
seen
does
a
with
couple
his
of
money
his
and
TED
stuff
Talks,
like that.
for
I
sure.
like listening to his podcast. It gets me in the right space financially. Hey, watch that Prof G podcast, whatever. But they had him on, and Theo Vaughn was talking about how like he thinks there's an attack on white men. You feel me? That it's like the idea that they have all these advantages, but like over the course of years, it's like it's not cool to be a white guy right now. You feel me? Like people don't have sympathy for white people. People think like to yourself, like, oh, you had all these advantages. You know, there's no sympathy for why a white person would be struggling because they have all these inherent advantages, right? And he thinks to himself, he said something along the lines, it's like at least black people, like if things don't work out for them, it's like I had all these working against me. White people don't even got an excuse. You know what I mean? And he was just,
That's funny.
there really isn't any cultural currency in being a white man right now. You know what I mean? There might be
Cultural cachet.
economic cachet,
Yeah.
but there's no cultural cachet for anybody to necessarily want to be a white person or a white man specifically.
And that's
in
why you
this
really
day
make
and
sure you don't
age.
fuck up.
That's not true.
And his thought
That's
process
not-
is
that's
like,
not true.
why should a generation of young, because the biggest thing too was just like how young white men are lost right now. You know what I mean? Like you see how they're gravitating toward the,
I mean, they just
the
got
Andrew
the
Tates,
white
the,
savior
the
back in
Fresh and
office.
Fits, the Donald Trump. They gravitate to these controversial figures because those are the only people who kind of like are resonating with them. When they talk about like, when you go to a morgue.
That's really how they be thinking.
Scott Galloway was saying like when you go to a morgue and you see like the people victims of suicide, it's mostly young white men and shit like that. And it's like, you got to look at the statistics.
That's also a probability.
They're having less sex
Like,
than ever. They're having
it's-
less sex than ever because of online
Get your
dating.
emotion up. I
You
don't
got
know.
more women who are like, I want the top pick. Before online dating, you got to imagine everybody paired off. You know what I mean? Like if we was all in the same function, I can't be like trying to pick three options. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, that person got picked off. That person got picked off. I got to pick mine off. But with online dating, it's like, I have multiple options type shit.
Okay.
And I could skip over the person who's less desirable. So
Okay.
all those factors they're just saying is leading to like that the generation of young white men just kind of like being an afterthought.
Hey, welcome to the experience.
Like, that's all I can say to that. Like, I'm just confused. I'm actually
It's your
like,
turn.
I'm just shocked that they think
Get
that.
it through the mud. Figure it out. We
They
did.
really think like that.
Pick yourself up from the bootstraps.
Like they don't look at the ratio of like white men in like positions of power in the
That's what I'm
country
saying.
and
Like
be like,
probability is just like
I don't
But
understand.
to them, they might think that's not me though. They don't speak for me,
Might
bro.
have to
Like
look in the mirror.
that's not my mistakes. My ancestors, like that's my
that's
ancestors.
not what I'm saying.
I'm just saying.
I'm
they
saying
just think,
like, what's
that's
wrong?
not my
Niggas
life.
delusional and white, bro. Yeah, nobody fucks with you. That's why. You over here playing the victim when you got every fucking privilege in the world. Like, shut up.
They might not think they as privileged as
But
you
that's what I'm
might say.
saying. But you keep saying they think they're wrong.
Hey,
like
like
they're
I was saying,
fucking
they
holding
they're
themselves back.
fooled. They're deluded. They're like, yeah, bro, literally. Them
Hey,
niggas is
man,
holding
yeah.
themselves back from
Stop calling them
reaching.
niggas. I will say this.
No bullshit.
Let's stop calling them.
Them crackers.
Oh, God.
They're like, what do you want me to say about them? Like, I gotta say something.
this is a good last
I gotta say
episode.
something firm.
This is a
Them
good
crackers
last
is holding
episode.
themselves
Yeah,
back
this
from
out.
reaching cracker
No.
heights.
It's
Like,
not even that long.
bro, they stuck at
40.
saltine level, nigga. They could be
Bro,
on a
you gotta look at it
charcuterie
too.
board. That's on them.
On some real.
That's
What
on them.
What did you say?
That's on
He said
them.
they could be on the charcuterie board, but they
These
assault
niggas is
cracker.
sticking, like, that's on them. I don't feel bad for them boys.
They just a plain white cracker, no salt, no,
You know what I'm
no
saying? That's
butter.
on them.
On
Not
some
toasted.
real tribalism shit too, bro. Especially because I'm gonna speak for myself. I don't even be carrying cash like that. So if I got like my last 5 on me, it's gonna break my heart if I gave my 5 to this white dude, and then later into the night,
let
I
me
see a
run
nigga
into
that
a-
I could have
yeah,
helped. And it's
facts.
like, damn, bro.
Don't let me run into
Because I
a
know
nigga,
there's some other
bro.
white people
I'ma
that's gonna see
feel
that
so
white person and be
bad.
like, I'm gonna help him out.
Yeah.
But they gonna look at that nigga and be like, bum. It's like I gotta help my people when I can.
That's fact.
No bullshit.
Now,
And I think that if you're white, you got, and I also think that there's
The likelihood of a white person getting that help is way higher.
facts.
Way higher.
And you got to look at it like so recently I went over like this what's it called, like the identity matrix. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Where like
Okay.
you can identify the different, like live from like your position, right? From your cultural position. Think about the different privileges and certain disadvantages that you might have, right? It's like we're all men, right? We're all American citizens. Privilege, right? But we're also black. So there's like a disadvantage in like the cultural scheme of things, right? But right, it's like as a man who also has these other lived experiences, right? I can identify like how I can utilize my privilege as a man to uplift people who are not men, right?
Mm.
But I think the problem with white men is that they be like, bro, being like, they won't admit that being white is a privilege. They won't admit that being a man is a privilege. They won't admit that being a U.S. citizen is a privilege. So they're like, no, bro, these are clearly disadvantages, bro. Because you have to look at it like from my perspective, it's like your perspective is not the only one that exists. Like in order to truly understand your identity, you have to be aware of others' identities as well.
mhm.
You feel me? And they're not working to understand other identities. So they're thinking of everything like they're looking at everything as neutral or a disadvantage for them. When in reality, some of those things are very clear advantages, they're just overlooking it. So they're preventing themselves from getting ahead. And in that moment, right, it's like if I'm a white person, or because I know how white people be, right, because privilege blinds you, right, that's how it works, right, I'm going to give to a black person because I'm like, a white person probably won't even look to you to give to you. You know what I'm saying? They might not even look to a white person to give to them either, low key. Because they'd be like,
Matter of fact, they might not be walking to
that's
see
what I'm
that
saying.
nigga.
They might not even be in that area to give. They might not even be in that area to give to you, Slime.
You know what's
so it's
problematic,
unfortunate,
though?
but
No bullshit. No bullshit.
What's problematic?
they lucky not every nigga think like us, nigga.
I'm gonna get on my podium. I'm a human first. Right?
You said it like it was like,
I gotta let him go. And
I
was
can
like,
take
go
a
with
step
it.
back
It was
and do see it's pretty problematic, right? You know that thought process that you have, like, welcome to the club. Now you know how it feels, right?
Same shit.
That would be smooth if it created empathy and created like, wow, now I see from the black perspective or the
Some of them
minority
will.
perspective. Most
Not
of
for
them are
most.
just gonna
Not
be
for most.
most of them are gonna become hateful at the fact and be like, oh, it's fuck me, it's fuck
And they're
you.
back in
and
their
it's gonna create
inherited nature.
and it's like,
You
now
feel me?
you're
hold on. But the thing is, I'm not
you go.
I'm not gonna say that's just them, because there's a generation of black people too that are like, yo, it's fuck them. It's fuck that group. The way we talk about white people, you can't admit like that's not necessarily progressive. You know what I mean? A little bit of that is us holding down like, yo, this is what y'all did to our ancestors. So I got no sympathy for
Fuck
you.
that. This is
Hey,
what
I
I
ain't
live
say-
through
I
right
was gonna say,
now.
I ain't say that.
What?
I didn't say that just now. All I said was if you don't identify the privileges that
But
you have,
but you have a lack
then-
of empathy or sympathy, and you will give
No, I didn't say that.
More care.
I don't have a lack of empathy for them or sympathy. I'm making a conscious decision still.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
That.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
I didn't say lack of empathy.
Anybody who's
I said I'm looking out for my own.
But you also said the lack of sympathy.
Did I?
You said
we're on the foot of the I don't think I said lack of sympathy.
You didn't say those words, but you said
how did you end up in this position?
Exactly. So you going
not a lack of sympathy.
Yeah, it is.
It's more of a betting. It's more of a betting. This is like
that's like, what are you doing here? What the fuck?
Yeah, nigga.
You're like, you'll be all right.
But I think it's fair to say
that's a lack of sympathy.
If there was a white person who was watching our podcast and following all this time, it would be fair to assume like they could listen to our conversation and be like, Nate is not my ally. Nate,
how? What did I say? What did I say? Don't say how. What did I say?
You called them saltines. You said a lot of shit.
I said, bro, you hold yourself back. You staying at saltine when the country
ain't call nobody a crackhead.
Has Nate ever given the impression that he's an ally of anybody but black people?
I'm the one. Yeah, bro. Okay, you're right.
No, don't answer the question.
I'm not an ally to the whites, but they don't know that. How would they know?
Answer the question.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah, bro. I fuck with all people, all marginalized groups, bro. I try to be there for everybody except for the whites. And even the whites.
Except for the whites, that's what I'm talking about.
And even the whites, it depends on the white you are. You know what I'm saying? Look what they doing to Luigi.
What? The white you are?
Look what they doing to Luigi, bro. If they force it on him, I'm gonna be like, damn,
the nigga got captured alive,
I gotta rethink how I look at Italian
people. The nigga got captured alive, my nigga. Like,
I'm head. But they making a spectacle of him, though. That can't be good for Italian Americans. That can't feel good.
I don't know what they feel about this, actually.
I gotta look into it. I'm not on Italian Twitter. I am in North End, though. I gotta just go outside a little bit.
Just hear the conversation, right?
Put my ear to the ground.
Yeah.
But it's just like, but why you saying that about me, though? I'll fuck with them, bro.
You don't.
They could be on the charcuterie board, though. Fair?
You don't.
They are like, hey, listen, bro. You never gonna make it. Hey,
that's the problematic part is like, none of this is bringing us closer to each other. Like, as time goes, we're only becoming more divisive.
Why does it have to be my job to bring niggas closer?
Bro, it's your job just as a human, bro. Like, it's everybody's
nigga
job.
Throwing the Ferrari. He's talking about human
that way, bro. I used to feel that way.
I know it. You're not slick. You're not slick, bro.
If it came down to my real thoughts, bro, for us to even get to that point, we got to look beyond culture. We got to look beyond race. We got to let shit. We got to let go of
the
all
same
that.
way he was like,
that's what's holding us back.
How do the Italians feel about Luigi? Why are we chalking it up to the Italian? Luigi he acted on himself. He acted on his own.
I'm seeing
his actions.
His actions are not the reflection of the Italian community. But the way a black person's actions is not the reflection of the whole black community. That's what we doing.
The only reason why I said that though is because I see niggas fucking with Luigi. I see niggas fucking with him. So I'm curious to see what the Italians think.
But what
I'm
you
curious
did,
to see what the Asians think.
What you did is a common thing that all humans do. I'm not saying you're the problem. You know what I mean?
This nigga got his human race hoodie on. That's
how he thinks he's slick. He thinks he's slick, bro. Like I know what he is. I see this game before.
Yeah. I'm just a human.
I know the grift, bro. I know the grift. I'm just a human.
I'm just saying,
I'm just a human.
I know the grift.
I see through the social constructs. That's it. But I just don't think it's bringing us any closer. You know what I mean? I think it's just going to create another generation of people, or if it's this white young men demographic, they're going to hate. It's going to be fuck everybody. Like look, like I said, that red pill community that like hate women and all that.
They just hate themselves. That's what it really comes down to.
And you also got to remember,
how does it play out? It plays out to hating women and hating other communities and all that.
And you know what happens?
And it's not going.
They get isolated from the rest of society that looks at them like y'all are weird, y'all bugging, and then they fuck with the other people who are on the same mentality and they do their own thing.
Bro, I feel like this argument that you're saying though could be set up. I'm not defending white people ever, bro. Because this is the same shit that niggas were saying during the Confederacy, bro. This is the same shit that niggas were saying during civil rights. They was like, bro, you're alienating them, bro. You gonna make them not want. Nigga, they're not gonna have a choice because right is right. No bullshit. You can't keep you can't keep doing this shit to people. You can't keep treating people like this and expecting the majority of people who are being negatively impacted by it, white women, you know what I'm saying, black women, black men, trans people. You can't have the majority of the society around you saying, nigga, what the fuck is wrong with you? And you being like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all?
That's what I'm saying. They're self-isolating themselves.
And that's on them. I'm not gonna feel bad for it. The niggas literally try to lead the country, my nigga. Hold on. They try to make a whole new country out of this shit.
You guys would be right.
Because they want to stop enslaving us.
Now, Peters,
that's crazy.
Peters.
These are bad people.
You guys would be right.
These are bad people.
You guys would be right. But the people that you think would be ostracized from, they're the ones winning. Like, Trump is a symbol of that, and he won. Like, you would think that, like, what real progress looks like is like, we snuff that shit out, and we show like, yo, you don't get rewarded for this. But our society is showing like we do actually reward this behavior. So how is it going to make people any better? Like when the Confederacy lost, that was a sign of people like, oh, you can't do that and get away with it. But this, like Trump winning is like the Confederacy winning. Like, you understand what I mean, bro? They're getting rewarded for the behavior. They're getting the clicks they want. They're getting the engagement they want.
But that's kind of going back to my point of why
clip that myself
I'm going to take care of my own first because I know there's a bunch of them out there that's going to take care of theirs. No bullshit.
I'm not saying that thought process is wrong. I'm just, my mind is kind of going to like the time skip forwarding over like 40 years. And I don't think we're any less divisive than we are now. You would think in a perfect world, people become more intelligent, understand the ignorance of the racial division of our societies, and that we would progress in a way that, you feel me?
You're right.
We're just better as people. And it's not showing that to be the case.
There's a lot fucked up going on. I'm not gonna hold you. Because when you look at it from that perspective, it's like, damn, there's that. Society is becoming more divisive. I do think the divisiveness is bullshit though. I think that it's real, but I think, nigga, if you're a white man, bro, and you're like grow up, like get over it. I don't know what to tell you.
Grow up.
Like I know that's some shit niggas don't like to hear, and I know that's like you're saying that's contributed to the divisiveness. My nigga, you are a white man in America. Get over it, bro. Like, I'm sorry, like grow up. I understand, but grow up. Like, what the fuck? Niggas not always gonna have something positive to say about you. You want niggas to ride your dick, that's your fucking problem. Get over it. Damn. But then you gotta think about the environment, you feel me? Like all this AI shit and the way that niggas do. You see what happened in Memphis? The Grok AI shit, and that shit's fucking...
Yeah, I gotta look into that.
That shit's adding to the pollution and the smog and shit because of their warehouses and all the shit. Yeah. That's crazy. And that shit's not going away. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's wild. Like, what is good in the world right now, bro?
And I like that you said that.
That's just crazy.
Because when I asked the original question earlier about like when did we enter the simulation, I think I have a better phrase for it now, or a better term for it. It's not the simulation. It's the point in the graph where, what was that point where it stopped being positive correlation? It stopped being like, as time goes by, society gets better. Now it's like, as time goes by, it's the inverse of that.
That was like 2007.
Society gets worse. You know what I mean? We talked about like, we can stop right here. We don't need more technological advances. Shit gonna start getting weird. You know what I mean? Like, we don't need to get richer. Like, you could probably take a step back and be like, this is good enough. Like, we don't need to keep accelerating global warming. This is good enough. The progress we made is good enough. Now we just entering the decline. And I think that point was the mid 2010s.
Yeah, what was that? Like 2013.
You feel me? Obama happened and you're like, oh, maybe racial harmony can be something that we can aspire for.
No, you was young.
No, hold on.
No, but to be fair, you was young.
No, I know it was polarizing, but the fact that a black man could be president, you thought like, wow, where could society be 20 years from now?
I got called nigger more after Obama became president. I'm gonna just throw that out there.
I'm not, bro, my biggest point is like, bro, you see certain things like that and you think like, what could it look like 20 years, 50 years from now?
It was a sign.
5 years,
it felt like it was a sign.
The anti-Obama got put into place. You feel me? The opposite of the idea of progress was put into the office.
With that said, going back, do you think maybe we shouldn't have elected Obama?
Bro, Obama's not the fault for that, bro.
No,
bro, it's just like Brown versus Board of Education,
like it's a cascade effect. That it's like, because of this happening, it led to such strong feelings and resentment through the people who felt obviously like they want otherwise, that they put Donald Trump
if Mitt Romney won in 2012,
I don't think we're getting a Trump.
You never get Donald Trump. That's a fact.
It's just like Brown versus Board of Education. You know what I'm saying? Or Loving versus Virginia. Shit like that, where it's like, yeah, bro, we just want to love who we want to love. All right, nigga, bet. Now every playing the NBA light skin. Look what we got. No one watching that shit. Fair? See that? You fucked up the league. Y'all niggas fucked up the league. And then before that, you know what I'm saying? Like Brown versus Board of Education. Niggas like, yo, you just want equality. Them niggas like, all right, bet. You want equality?
Nigga, all the kids getting left behind.
All them kids was getting beat. And now look at us now. Look at us now.
Everything got worse, bro.
It's crazy, bro.
Music got like rap got
crazy,
worse,
bro.
Like,
look. They fucked up the game. Every game you can think of is fucked up except for football.
The fashion got weird.
Football's up.
Where you going with that
Fashion got weird.
Fashion did get weird.
Fashion got weird. Shit was fly back then.
Fashion has always had like pockets of it that's just weird. It's just different.
Yeah, but it wasn't like put on a pedestal though. It was always like, this is very niche. It'll have a space at the shows, but like the mainstream brands is not going to try to do that because that's not what the consumers like. Okay. Now it's like
the moment the Balenciaga shoes came out and it was glue That shit was glued together. That's all. Yo, it's all. Bro, I'm on to something. We gonna look back at the history books.
I'm on to something.
All of it. That mid 2010s got weird, bro. Yeah. It got weird.
It did get weird. I blame Kanye.
He's a part of it.
No bullshit.
Kanye's a part of it?
He's a part of it.
I think Drake did blackface, bro.
That's when I knew that something was wrong.
Yeah, he became
when that shit wasn't the
fucking
end.
Pedestal.
When that shit wasn't the end and there was niggas defending it, I was like, whoa.
We couldn't go one episode.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are gone. We're lost. It's over. It's done.
Hey, man.
Listen, it's over.
You see, we got takeoff. We out of here.
Yeah, facts. No bullshit.
We also about this shit.
Let's have fun, man. Let's dance like it's 1999. What's that? How the song go?
You lost me, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, we know the world is burning and we just kind of got to, let's...
That's the thing.
Let's live to the best way we can.
The world, I feel like...
Think about it, bro. This is probably some of the most peaceful times in human history, bro. You really think about it.
And that's
like,
the
there's a point in
crazy
time, this nigga Genghis Khan was running around Earth, slaughtering niggas,
So
bro.
that's
Genghis Khan just...
Like,
Genghis Khan's still Genghis Khan. He just took on a new name.
That's what I'm saying, though.
America.
As the graph...
You know what I'm saying?
The graph, it's exponentially getting better, and then there's the inflection point where it's like we're at the peak. Obviously, it's way better than it was a couple thousand years ago. But why is shit worse than 10 years ago? Because we're on that downwards. Why do women have less?
So much.
Why do women have less reproductive rights than 10 years ago? We're on the downfall. Bro.
That's what you're saying.
You feel me? We're on the downfall.
That's what you're saying.
I'm not saying it's worse than Genghis Khan and slavery and all that, but it's definitely not better than 10 years ago. I'll tell you that.
I hear you.
See, if they gave us the BMA, this wouldn't be happening.
No bullshit.
That's a fact.
Boston Music Awards.
I hear what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Should have let. All I'm saying is this is the
we definitely
reason.
not getting that shit next year.
We reaping the you reaping what you sow. BMAs. You give the award to anyone but us. And look at the state of the world, bro. Look at the state of the world.
Half of the community could have saved the people.
I hope you're proud of yourself.
Could have been good for the community.
You know what I'm saying?
Woo. This is a fun
We've always been
last
good
episode.
For the community, though.
Huh?
So we've always been good for the community.
We have. It's a great conversation. I feel like it's some real shit. Everybody else go and do holiday topics and be on that bullshit. And we wrapped up the end of the year like, that was some real shit. You know, I hope they got to this part.
You know what's good in the world, though?
Some out of the presentation.
Niggas went to the WWE Raw. That shit was fun.
You was there the same night as her?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That was fun?
That shit was fun.
It's my tag team partner, bro.
That shit was valid. That shit was dope.
How long is that, actually? 3 hours?
It went from like 7 to 11.
Yeah, in fact, it went from 7 to 11.
But
they
what
were
was
shooting
dope,
2 episodes.
They did 2 shows because they didn't want to like they want to give the wrestlers a holiday off.
Break, yeah.
So they did one live.
Yeah, they don't have no shows for the rest of the year.
Gotcha.
Well, they have house shows, some, but Triple H is not slaving them like how Vince slaved them.
It's mad funny though, because it's like they had one type of presentation for the first show, and then all of a sudden you could see in like the middle of it, they start putting out trees and shit. Like
to like make it decorated to look like a holiday
for the next week.
Interesting.
The matches was dope though.
No, it was fun. It was like my inner child was satisfied.
Yeah,
like, it's a very fun experience to just be there and just talking shit and screaming at the wrestlers or cheering. Like we was just all, and me and Nate, you know how we be. So everybody around us got to listen to our commentary.
Thanks. Niggas was alright though.
That's it.
That was fun. I definitely I haven't been to a wrestling show in like a few months. The last one I went to was like an AEW show in like March, maybe. That shit was smooth.
Yeah, that was my first one.
That shit was fine.
You gotta be ganged up.
Yeah,
Even if you don't like that shit, bro, just go, bro.
Yeah, it's fun, bro. It's tough.
I wouldn't say no to it.
Yeah, no, it was a good time.
It wouldn't be on my radar.
I couldn't imagine what it would really be like when I was like really watching wrestling. I don't watch wrestling now. I just tap in like WrestleMania or whatever. But like if it was back then, like Shawn Michaels, Jeff Hardy, Batista, Rey Mysterio, that'd have been amazing. That would have been amazing.
I can see that.
So I don't really know as many people as now, but it still hit. Like when you see, there was these 2 tag team guys I'd never seen.
Bro, the War Raiders, them niggas is nice.
They was fire. They were like big dudes. They had to be like 275 to 300, but they moved.
One of them was like 6'1", the other one was like maybe like 5'11".
I guess a little more proportionate.
But like they move like high flyers.
Big ass niggas, bro.
They jumping off the ropes, like springboarding, getting on the top.
They black?
Nah. War Raiders, them niggas tough.
They was fire though.
War. Niggas locked in. That shit was dope.
That was fire. That was fire, bro. I'd do that shit again, bro.
Interesting.
That shit was fire.
But yeah, man. I just hope everybody has a happy holidays. I hope people get the opportunity to reflect on 2024 and move with some positive momentum for 2025, man.
I seen you tweet some shit. I was like, this nigga don't care about the kids, man.
What I tweet?
Some shit about like,
I barely been tweeting.
Bro, no, but I saw this one, right? He was like, I'm not letting no white man get the credit for the gifts that I bought.
Oh, because there was a TikTok
Santa,
that like the mom was putting
that's
like
dope. I'm like, shout out
white
her.
like flour
to make it look like Santa came in. I'm like,
yeah,
she's creating moments, man. Niggas like, I ain't gonna let that happen in my household.
I just don't. I think it's crazy for me to use my hard-earned money to buy gifts
it
for
ain't
my
about
kids.
you getting the credit.
It's true. It's not.
But why are you giving this white man the credit?
Bro, you can have black. You never showed them Black Santa, bro.
That's the only way. Unless I teach about Black Santa.
And plus, I always just say that Santa Claus is like a figure. You feel me? It's like, see, the real Santa is the elves. The elves are the ones doing all the work. He's just the delivery man. He's like the postal worker. It's like, shout out to him, but he's not the real one.
Again,
it's
what
the
the
elves,
internet
the ones that
the workers get the credit.
That's what I'm saying. That's so that they know how it really gets. I'm like, and they're black.
I just don't know
They're
how
the ones doing the work.
Oh, but the white man's still Santa.
Yeah, I'm like, this is a metaphor for society. You know what I'm saying? The white man is the face. You know what I'm saying? He gets the easy work, but we're the ones putting in the work in the back. We really run the society. You know
I like the story better when it's the black man on top.
I feel you. bro, Rudolph's a nigga.
Rudolph's a nigga? Is Rudolph a nigga? Yeah, Rudolph's a nigga.
Nigga, they wouldn't even let my nigga play in the reindeer games.
Rudolph's a nigga.
Yo, I'll get to
I respect that.
But I appreciate y'all for another beautiful year of Bad for the Community. Fun. It was a great year. You feel me? I feel like it's good. Probably our best. And I like to say that like our best is our most recent. You know, and as long as we move into that trajectory, that's all we can be doing, right?
Yeah, bro. It's gonna be
and
next year's gonna be even better.
Shout out y'all, man.
Shout out to y'all.
Thank
Shout out to every guest that's been on the pod, even from past years, and believing in the vision and getting us this far. We appreciate y'all for real.
And
go check out the best Christmas song of all time, Red Handed. By Nate Nixon, Rob the 508 though. That's a great Christmas song. Go listen to that shit again and you'll be like,
facts.
That's a great Christmas song.
I will say, the best Christmas song.
It's not us. It's that's Mariah Carey. Nah. All I Want for Christmas is Def Dad. We got the best rap Christmas song.
That shit not even.
We got the best Christmas rap song. I'll stand on that. I'll stand on that.
What's that shit called? It's called Christmas and what?
Christmas in Boston.
Nah.
Oh no,
there's a song called like Christmas in like Brooklyn or some shit. It's not called that.
My guess would have been like, if I don't know, I'm not even saying this off of any actual like backing. I'm sure Snoop got a Christmas record that's like, it's nice.
Not better than ours.
I don't know.
Not better than ours.
You might not even have it. I don't know.
Hey man, we appreciate y'all. We will see you in 2025.
Christmas in Hollis. There you go.
We are out.
Christmas. Who's that by?
Run DMC. That's a banger.
I don't know at the top of my head.
Play that. We on versus that right after this.
That shit's tough.
Let's get it.
That shit make me feel like this.
Peace.
Like, that's just tough.